May I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Kryptonite Show. Your host Superman in the house. Well, right now at this very minute, we're expecting the ProveX whitelists to be able to, I guess, sell their tokens, the PRVX. There's basically no liquidity in the pool that was there last night, but we're probably going to have some pools set up by, I guess, the magic cup, right? So yeah, it should be an interesting process. Let's say that. So yeah, there's obviously a lot of excitement about. We're going to look at that in all the markets. So we'll do that now. So basically, it's open now. There's no use really looking at the chart because the chart's pretty wrecked, pretty wrecked. But we'll look at it anyway because that's what we're going to do. Just take note. No endorsement of any sort. Do what you will. All the usual stuff. We're just kind of sharing the journey together here on the Kryptonite Show. But without further ado, let's look at the price at the moment. Because this is where this chart's looking at the moment. So it is pretty crazy, stuff going on here with this chart. This is the hourly chart. You can see we just got blitzed all the way down to 4 zeros or something. But this chart is kind of a nonsense chart at the moment. We're really waiting for the proper liquidity pools to be set up. At the moment, price 105 billion apparently per token. How much stuff's in there at the moment? We got a fraction of a ProveX in there and about 80,000 pulse. So there we go. You can remember this for the history. In fact, I don't know if anyone else is streaming at the moment, but you can see the numbers there, and you can take that as a historical snapshot of when it launched. We're basically at that time, right? It's 8:33, 8:34 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. So pretty crazy times. So that is what we expected, right? So 8:33 New York time, I guess. And that's kind of time it is now. So we've got some psycho stuff happening. But let's get into Richard Hart and talk about that. We've got a few people in the house already. Arez in the house. LFG, let's go. Don't forget to share the show around on X as well. I wish YouTube, you can share the show on YouTube. So if you can do that, that'd be great. It's not as easy as, of course, as the X platform. We got Tom Kane in house there. Hey, Superman, great to see you, Tom. Appreciate it. And grab your popcorn, says Sean. Absolutely. Up only, he says, 369. Our season. Yeah, our season is upon us, I think. All right, so let's have a look at what Richard said overnight since we did our live stream yesterday. Yesterday, I did 2 live streams, remember? So we have got a couple of updates since then. I'm just going to do those ones that we hadn't read. So 13 hours ago, he says, if you're here on the weekend, your GMI giving Musk impressions. It is. So there we go. Then we got an update 13 hours ago talking about this chart that we're looking at, right? This dog's breakfast here. That's my latest phrase. Is dog's breakfast. I don't know. That's just what it is. We got the chart of things most people can't sell on DEX and launch really close to zero. It's pretty funny. 553% lol. Should nuke down quite hard in about 30 and a half hours. Well, we're here now, right? This is the moment. It's definitely nuking hard. It's a dog's breakfast. So, what do we got there? Something silly. Well, 26 trillion in pulse, 35 quintillion now. That's how much it's moving around, and it's getting absolutely hammered live here on the stream. Well, we're probably about 2 minutes in to the official, I guess, sellability of the whitelist tokens. And we're getting blitzed here. But there's liquidity less than $1. So, I mean, it's a kind of a nonsense there. Should nuke down quite hard in 30. Well, we're here now, and it did because the price is too high. Well, it did. Well, it was 212 trillion on this picture that he's got here. And the price has been blitzing. It says one blitzing down to nothing, basically. The pulse is gone. There's one ProveX in the pool. That's pretty much it. So it's moving around a little bit, though, as you can imagine. But let's have a look at the rest of the post there. Should nuke sooner if the whitelist addresses sell some more. There we go. Now, the other one, of course, 13 hours ago, we had Dear Media. Thank you for not covering that most people can buy ProveX, but not sell it on PulseX, and the chart and the price look quite silly. They do indeed. What else there? We got this one here from 8 hours ago. The ProveX coin was designed to launch at zero. It did. It traded for over a day at zero. Sweet. It's still basically zero right now, but for people that spent 12,000 buying a token, they couldn't sell, which whipped the price to trillions for less than a day. Not too far off target at all. 8.25 hours till the coin should be traded like normal. Let's see, he says. But sir, please really, people really want to pay more than 200 trillion per US dollar per coin. It seems. Should I make a crying post about it, sir? Lol. So those are some of the comments from Richard in the lead up to the launch. And here we are. We're already here, and we got some craziness going on with that silly little chart. But we're waiting for proper liquidity to be set up, right? So we'll keep a lookout for that. So let's take the token. I'm going to copy that over. It's 0B11. And let's have a look, see whether we've got anything else there as well. So we're going to close out a few of those things. And let's have a look, see if there's any other pairs have been set up in the last couple of minutes. Well, it does appear that we've got a few popping up here. We've got ProveX Pulse, 20 hours, that one. So this all got quite a few hours on here. We've got a couple of new ones here for Investor 1 minute ago. So people, some of the teams, if they had ProveX and they've got their own token, they want to be quick movers. They will be setting up their pools, right? So it looks like investors already onto it from the looks of it. They got $1,800 in there right now. But a lot of teams, if they've got the capital to do it and they feel comfortable doing it, could end up setting up pools first. So it does look like we've got this one here. I don't know where. I haven't really got any. Let's manage the list. Let's do ProveX for the time being. I probably won't keep this one, but we'll just do it for the simplicity of it. So we've got ProveX there. Bam. What else? We got ProveX Pulse. It's got $38. We've still got this ProveX here with the liquidity at 2K, but that's the one that's moving around like a psychopath, I'm pretty sure. So we got ProveX USDC showing up here. So these are all just they weren't showing up 5-10 minutes ago. So maybe we've got a bit of stuff happening here. Remember, Richard asked a lot of people for examples of what's happening, for what should happen. Sorry, I should say, with the LP and so on. So yeah, this is still down pretty low. There's keep trying to keep up with this thing. Obviously, there's hardly any ProveX in there now at the moment. 5,000. Oh, there we go. One ProveX in there. So we've got an up and down going on with this one. Let's have a look at some of the other ones, right? That we just saved that list. We're gonna have to probably refresh that list too, right? Because it's moving around a bit. So looks like we've got ProveX USDC is already coming up at 8,400. We've got Finvestor in there already early, but the volume's already down there, 45%. Now, where is the minute? So the ProveX one is 3 minutes old. This one with the ProveX USDC is 14 hours old apparently, but that is just popping up. That only just seemed to pop up, so I don't know what's happening with that. It's moving around a bit, so you got to let things settle down a little bit as well. But let's have a look at this ProveX one. It's only 3 minutes ago, so it looks like Finvestor's on it. Now, Finvestor's OG Web Chef, right? It's got all the OG Web Chef ones, and I guess what's it got on there at the moment? 3,600 ProveX. 486 for Finvestor in there, so about 1,600. Looks normal, Paul, right? Looks normal, and it's got the price at 00022, indicating a market cap of 264. And it's got this big price wick down there. So there we go. Unknown DEX, see DEX listing, it says. So I'm not sure about that. So I don't have time to check that sort of stuff. So if you check it. Remember, nothing's financial advice. We're just looking at these that popped up. Don't forget to get in the chat there as well. And of course, if you're not subscribed on YouTube, the largest channel that streams every day, we're back to regular broadcasting. You love Pulse Chain, love Bitcoin, love Ethereum. We're dropping all the secret sauce. Subscribe today on YouTube, and don't forget to go up to the top. Take a moment to follow at the top of the X profile and enjoy the content, because we're going to have a good time, man. Moving into the next 9 months for the rest of the year, because we've got so much good stuff happening. I'm going to be dropping so many bombs about crypto, especially if you're busy and new to crypto. You're going to love it. So follow today. All right, so we've got a lot of liquidity moving around here like a crazy psychopath. this is what we're waiting. We're waiting for this to really settle down. So that's going to take time, right? So just take note of that. We'll see what pulls actually end up there. Like I'm just having another look again. It's still showing for investor up, but they're moving around like a psychopath. So we might have to just wait till that settles down a little bit there as well. It's only been a few minutes, right? It's only been less than 10 minutes, 8 minutes. So we're looking forward. Which teams are going to set LPs up? What will Richard do in terms of the main LPs? Whose point of view did he listen to? And will we have also peers on Ethereum, right? That's the other thing, where a lot of the capital was raised, remember, on Ethereum. So yeah, there's a lot of things we're going to wait and see. And what will the actual price kind of be and take off to? That's kind of where we're looking forward to at the moment. Will we get any announcement from Richard Hart as well? So let's have a quick look. It's already been a few minutes. Nothing yet, right? Nothing yet from Richard. So we're still waiting for that, right? Still waiting for that. All right. Don't forget, if you haven't followed on X, we're only 15 away from 1500. So if you're on X right now, you haven't hit the follow button, go up and smash the follow button. Let's see if we can get to 1500, we've got a couple hundred people watching, so come on, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. The other thing is, if you haven't joined Strategy Club, we've been dropping tons of alpha on live stream around Bitcoin, Ethereum, Pulse Chain. We're going to be doing stuff on X1 and Solana shortly. So if you haven't hit the Strategy Club, the QR code's just below me. Just over $1 a day to join up. So do that. And also, if you need the links in the video description or in the pin to the top here of the X, you can follow on there too. So get all the alpha as we're watching the markets. Now, watching the markets pretty much most of the day, and all the information flows through the Strategy Club. So get in there, guys. All right, so let's have a quick look at the ProveX. Still moving around like a yo-yo. It's not really much to look at, it's just moving around. We got liquidity moving around quite crazily. The Finvestor one here looks like the most stable one at the moment. That USDC one's all over the place, so who knows what's happening with that. This one here, I'm a little bit curious about this factory here, the unknown DEX. So, that's a safety issue there. But it's kind of what's happening. So what's waiting for the official pools and the official announcement, right? That's kind of where we're waiting. All the stuff that I'm looking at the moment is kind of unofficial, Wild West type of DeFi stuff. We are waiting for the real pools to really set up here, from what I can tell. So kind of cool. All right, just take note of all that. Who else? Let's go look at CryptoSolve. Let's see if CryptoSolve has got anything interesting to say. He's done a pretty good job giving us a summary of all the drama around that trading pool that you could buy but not sell. So let's have a look. He's got the post here, ProveX Pulse. He's got a little snapshot of that. He goes, it appears there are no limits to human stupidity. Zero IQ players buying here. Yeah, well, it seems like that. They got the dev also pulled some of the liquidity as well as hammering the chart down. This is 5 hours ago, meaning the chart is now at new all-time highs because people continue to be morons, closing in on one quadrillion per token now. So there we go. That's some of the stuff there. 5 hours ago, we woke up to some absolute moronic takes on this whole situation. It was an unfortunate consequence of the way the time lock was coded, but has basically zero consequences for anyone who wasn't stupid enough to be buying a chart at trillions of dollars per coin. One guy sniped a decent payday. Congrats to him. That was the first guy, right? Got 50,000 with these PRVX tokens. But realistically, there are much worse actors who made much larger sacks. The original LP deployer has sold down $12,000 injected into a pointless chart, value that is probably better out of the hands of zero IQ people. In other words, the price is stupidity. What shall we do, fellas? Roll back the whole chain for the sake of 50K? Get it over it, move on, and move out. Wait till you hear about something that was an actual colossal mess up, like ULTI. Over 1 million of ETH accidentally locked in a contract because of a single slippage setting. Oops. Yeah. Well, that's crazy, isn't it? A certain someone got a large free position, lol, says False Chain Stats. Who are they indicating, themselves or somebody else? I'm not sure. Yeah, there we go. So that is a little bit of sobering thoughts there from CryptoSolve. But we are kind of waiting for a message from Richard. I don't know whether they're going to get one straight away. It's already what, about 15 minutes in? to where people can, I guess, sell their tokens or move their tokens out there. So we've got a look at Richard. Nothing there from him yet that I can see. We've got the psycho chart, still doing psycho things. Still doing psycho things. What else? Have we got no sensibility here as well? PRVX there, crazy around. Let's have a quick look. We're going to post the chart, and again, it does take time for them to show up too, right? So with the ProveX USD showing up, liquidity at 254K. So is this the one here? What happened to all my? These are all new. Look, all these new stars, guys. They're not even on my saved. So that's a cool thing that I did that. So it looks like USDC ProveX is the main pool here, guys. So let's have a look there. What else we got going? We got ProveX DAI. There's a little baby pool, ProveX DAI in there. Another little baby pool, but we're going to go to the main pool there. It looks like that USDC was the chosen one. When you're down, Pulse Chain's down so much, typically you'd think Pulse would be the one, right? Unless you thought Pulse was going down further. Normally you would go into stablecoins if you thought you're at the top of the market, right, to preserve that value. And here we are, got a main pair from the looks of it in the stablecoin. So it does look like we have the contracts. So we've got the contract there, 0B11. That looks all good, right? We've got Quick Intel, Honeypot No. So that's kind of the play there. We've got US dollars, $132,000 in there. And we got the liquidity there at 269K, indicating a market cap of 80 million. I mean, this seems far more normal, right? And we got the price there, 406442. But let's have a look at the minute chart, right? Since we've just been going for a couple minutes here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like we had the opening price at 403759. We're now at 406425. So basically double, right? Almost double there on the price. So there we go. It's not too bad. We're working together, guys. We're working together. All right. So that's pretty much it. 80 million market. What do you think it's worth? We will see. Up 66% there. We've got 161 transactions, 115 makers there. So this is the chart. Now I'm going to post the link there in the chat there for this one. But once again, do your own due diligence, all that good stuff. Just what it is. Just what it is. We do our best. But that is the US dollar pair. So that looks like the chosen one there. Counterintuitive in a sense, but then preventing maybe the pulse chain routing. But I don't know. It just seems like Pulse would have been the better play there. But anyway, stablecoins is the one. And it is on Pulse Chain, interesting enough. So the other question was, since most of the capital was raised on Ethereum, will there be an Ethereum pair? And if there's two pairs, will we have this arbitrage thing going between the two, right? That's the other thing. That can create a lot of value. And Liberty Swap would love it, I'm sure. So let's see what happens there. All right, so we're moving around a little bit there. Liquidity at 307K. This is looking solid. So this is in our range that we talked about yesterday. We talked about 250 to 500 would probably be a good range, didn't we? And then maybe secondarily, maybe a bit more, as another theory there. But it does look like this is the play. Probably to minimize dumpability, right? Dumpability, and just see where the chart goes. And then other players can add liquidity, like big sacrifices can, presumably add liquidity too. I mean, remember what they raised? Was it 24 million or something up there? And so yeah, let's see where it goes. So at the moment, 80 mil, not bad. Let's have another look, see if we can find any more peers. Oh, let me. No, that's not the way to do it. Let me copy the chart here as well. Don't forget to get in the comments there too. Say hello and let me know your thoughts on everything here. It does appear that we only have that one peer at the moment, but we'll keep a lookout for whether there's going to be an Ethereum peer, and if there's going to be any other peers, like PulseX was another big one that people wanted. Pulse, obviously, stable coins were in the mix. Some people wanted a combination, but at the moment, looks like we're sitting at around 297. So 207K in liquidity. We have a pretty even amount there. 2.5 billion PRVX and about 144. What's moving around a lot, the US dollars, but this seems to be working here. Let's have a look at the here. Let's have a look. Now, obviously, I'm not checking on safety or anything else like that. It does look like there's wallets coming in and selling ProveX. It does seem to be operating okay, but once again, I'm not doing the security side of things. You want to, look at crypto solve or something like that to look at that. You got 100 million PRVX coming here, sold for 6K at 50800. They sold 200 million overall, so they've already sold a couple. Look at that, 3 minutes and 1 minute ago, they got 12,000 from that. In fact, let's have a quick look at the. Let's have a look at the quick ones over 500, and let's have a look at sellers. And so, how many wallets we got in there? A couple of wallets. 72, 03, 41, A5. So these are the ones coming in and selling. Let's have a look at the buyers that are over that amount. So we've got some, plenty of wallets coming in and buy. 6 minutes ago. I remember the pool's 7 minutes old. So we've got 2,000. We've got a $15,000 buy. That pumped it from 47, that was 4 minutes ago, to 6,000. So that was a pretty big move, 293 million PRVX there. So that's the biggest buy so far. Other than that, a couple of thousand buys. That's at least single trade, right? 15K, 17K, 15.7. So the market's just woken up though, right? So it's only just launched. It launched 8 minutes ago, the main pair. We are keeping a tabs to see whether anything else pops up. But it is seemed that we have got that smaller range launched in terms of the value. Yeah. So kind of cool. All right, so we're sitting at up 60%. We got 302 million liquidity based on this. I'm going to do a refresh though, just to see whether it's got any issues. Get rid of that. Sorry about that. 310K liquidity, $80 million market right now. Well, it's moving around. 76.7 million market right now. 80 million market, so it's moving around a little bit there. And we've got pretty equal values of ProveX, 2.45 billion, let's say 2.5 billion, and 157K USDC. The price is tending to the upside a little bit there. So we'll keep a lookout for it. Any other comments in the chat? We got, where's the link, says Drippy. Well, I posted a link there. That's the one there. Not sure what channel you're on there, Drippy. All right, so that is it at the moment. Once again, you have to check out, the contracts yourself. You guys have watched me do it already. But let's see if Richard's got any announcements, any official announcement. It's been about 20 minutes now, something like that. Let's see. No official announcement from Richard yet. But there's a good chance we'll probably get one in the next 10, 20 minutes. Should we do a bit of a look? We'll do a bit of general search on X and see what people are doing there. Oh, we're getting a break to the upside, are we? Yeah, look at that. Woo, 7,000, guys. We just hit 7,000. Market cap now at 88 million. Where's it going to settle, though, right? This is the old pair, right? This is the controversial pair. Its liquidity's up at 1,300. It's got 9.4 million PRVX in it now, 64 million pulse. So it seems, I don't know what's happening there, but we're going to leave that one behind and just go to the new one here. Market liquidity now at 324. Where will it go? What we typically expect is the price to pump, and then we expect it to dump, and then we find out where the market really thinks it's going to be, right? And then it can sit there for a little while and then slowly creep up, probably is what we're going to expect over time, right? So just take note of that. It's typically what we're expecting to see there, but it's up 94 million market cap right now. What do you guys think ProveX is worth? Obviously, technology's got to play out in the future. The quicker it launches, the more trading happens with it, the more adoption, then it can start running away. And that becomes a fundamental structural value to the price. Apart from that, though, it's all speculation, right? Boom, 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 speculation going on there. So we're making new highs here. Let's have a look at the pool. We got 2.23 billion, so that's gone down from 2.5 almost. We got 170K USDC, so we definitely got a lot of money coming in here. Let's have a look at some of these trades and see what's going on here. Have we got any particular big buyers? This one here bought 56 million coins, so they've made a couple of buys. Let's have a look at that. So you can see a couple of buys in the last couple of trades there, so that's really pushing the price up. Wallet 901, and they've got bought quite a bit, 56,000 there. All right, so that is the price now. We're almost at 409. Are we going to lose a zero, guys? We're not far. Losing a zero there, 000. So yeah, 4 zeros. I mean, we're kind of in the land of pulse prices. Oh, 92. We're going good, guys. 363 there. But we are going to check out for Richard Hart. We're going to check out, see whether we get any other, any other launches there. So let's have a look. Let's see. Let's do a quick search anyway. Well, that price is trying to break that zero, lose a zero there. Yes, this is getting sold off a little bit there. We're going to jump back a little bit forth, just to see the action in real time. We don't seem to have too many any stuff. We obviously got the live stream there, so don't forget to smash the repost on the live stream there. They're really helpful. What else? I know Somi was talking about it quite a bit, so presumably he's still been covering it. So we've got to look at his stuff. But the price at the moment, oh, look at that. Oh, that's US dollars they're capturing, right? And this is the thing. This is why you do a small amount of liquidity so you can let these guys, trade out and all the rest of it. So there's some big sales there. So 92 coming in. Getting smashed now. Didn't lose the zero, did it? It missed it. So we wanted to see whether it would get to the zero, right? So 3 zeros, 1,000. And it got rejected before it even got there. It got up to 92 to 4 zeros, 9,200. And now it's down at 6,000 again. So some profitability there, apparently. So crazy stuff. Let's have a look at the sellers there. So yeah, we had about a selling there. Look at that, 7,000. We got all the way up here actually, 3,079. Yeah, AC3 selling heaps. We don't have time to look at all that stuff in detail, right? But just as a quick guide. And so yeah, we came down a little bit here. Up, got pushed down there, nice profitability, and back up. So there we go, on the move. Get in the chat there and let us know your thoughts as well. And if anyone off the top of their head knows what the SAC price was for the not the OA, but the big public SAC price, the Buckamentals one, let us know anything like that, because that's what I consider to be the marginal price, right? That's the price where the cheapest price they can sell. That'd be pretty interesting. If anyone knows the median price as well, let us know that too. We're back up at 7,000 right now, 407,000. So yeah, let's see whether it can break that 3 zeros. It's going to be pretty interesting. Now let's look at the rest of the market too, right? Let's look at the rest of the market and see how Pulse Chain is going. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Go Pulse, and because I'm going to do my normal coverage as well, as close as possible. But let's see, we got Pulse at the moment. Let's just do a refresh of this because Go Pulse API. We're still sitting at 4 zeros, 106. We're at 1%, so no real big move on that so far. At least so far, might get something later today. 3.5% on PulseX there, quadruple zero, 5 zeros, I should say, 798. And then Ink there is at 47 cents, up 2.4 cents. Hex at 0.2 of a penny, down 2.6% actually. So yeah, ProveX there looking pretty good actually at the moment. 4 zeros, 7,500, let's say. So 74, that's it's 4 zeros, and it's 7 times the price of Pulse right now in terms of the price. But obviously the market cap there sitting at 94 million, and we have market cap at 161 million for Pulse. So look, this shouldn't be worth this much. We know that we had I'm pretty sure it was around, was it 24 million? Let me know in the chat there. I can't remember. I covered it all, but I've forgotten all the numbers as I've been on holiday and everything else. It's all just gone out the door there. Yeah, so this shouldn't be a 95 million market cap. So that's in terms of thinking. If you're thinking Pulse is 161 million, then ProveX shouldn't be this. Now, will ProveX be more valuable in the future? Sure. But today, not really, right? The technology got to be used and adopted and everything else. So yeah, it is going to be a disintermediator for centralized exchanges and everything else, but it takes time for that to get used. We already know a lot of the Pulse Chain top tier projects will adopt the technology, and then the burning will start happening, right? Apart from that, it's all speculation, right? It's all speculation. So we'll see where that goes, but it is a good move, right? So it's still at the frontier of the privacy market, and of course disintermediation market. So it's got a lot of potential, but that potential has to be realized over time. So yeah, let's see where this lands. Let's see where this lands at the moment. Let's have a look at the market cap on this. So the market cap, started off at 48 mil. And I just wonder whether 48 million is too much as well, right? So I would say, I'm thinking, I don't think it's going to be 20 mil. I think 40 mil maybe. So maybe it's not, this opening's not too bad. But are we going to see the market move back down towards that 48 mil? It's currently 94. It's peaked out at 117 mil. So I kind of feel like we'll probably drift back. I mean, if I thought market, let's say we drift back to 50, 60 mil. Let's just be friendly and say that much. It's certainly bigger than some of the other projects that are on Pulse Chain that are worth 20 mil. So we'll see what happens there. We've got a lot of excitement and hype at the moment, right? And there's a lot of people still not aware, right? It's only just launched, the last 30 minutes. So and the pool itself is not even that old. The pool itself is 17 minutes ago, right? Let's refresh. And it also depends on the amount of people they're going to dump, right? That are going to dump. You only need a small amount, though, right? Let's be fair. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of sacrifices. 7,500 or something, but they only need a little amount to dump. And maybe a lot of people don't dump. So if a lot of people don't dump, and you got more buyers, then the price goes up, right? But for how long, right? How long? There's always a seller's mark there. All right. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, we're streaming on 3 YouTube channels. We've got the Kryptonite Show, the Superman Crypto, and Pulse Chain X. Just take a moment to smash the subscribe button. It costs you nothing to do, and hit the bell for future videos. We're doing daily videos, the largest channel in the Pulse Chain influencer community, so do that. We're also on X, of course, and if you haven't followed on X, definitely smash the follow button. Just take a moment to go up to the top and smash the follow button up there as well. I'll just guide you a little bit there. And let's see if we can get the 1,500 followers today. In fact, let's go even further than that. As you guys know, I'm rebuilding the channel up because my last channel got taken down, so I lost all of that. So we're building back better. Is that the right one? Building better. Up 2x at the moment, but way too early to call not selling, says Sean. So that's from Sean there. Yeah. Well, the FOMO, there's still a couple hours more FOMO, Sean, probably. Maybe an hour. Now, the FOMO will die down, so it just depends on how long you think that's going to last, I guess. $1 in the hand, Sean. $1 in the hand, but it's the old crypto thing. Is it going to be 3x or 4x or 5x or 10x? That's the thing, right? Moonbag, Sean. Moonbag. Hey, thanks for Sean. That was a great indication of the profitability at the moment. Let's get back to the price of ProveX there. We're currently sitting at 94 mil. What do I think it's worth? Well, maybe down 60 mil. Maybe not too far off the bottom there. Let's go to the price here. And let's have 4 zeros. So Sean says that Buck. So Buckamentals ran the big public sacrifice pool, and apparently that distribution to those people has gone seamless. The other thing, of course, we know Buckamentals has got a ton of coins. People were indicating $250,000 worth, but I don't know what if that's presumably if you're up 2x and that's $500,000. Is that the right way of thinking about it, Sean? You let me know. Pulse Bitcoin in the house, so big shout out. Hi all. Great to have a big team like Pulse Bitcoin in the house, so big shout out. All right, yeah, we got Brennan as well. Sorry, Brennan, I just did I actually say your name? I might have bypassed you accidentally. Sorry about that. Brennan's one of our moderators in TA Guru, and he's just had baby, and so big shout out to Brennan. Happy ProveX baby day, Brennan. Happy ProveX baby day. So yeah, kind of cool. What else we got there? What are the main LP parts of the new coin? Well, so far it's USDC, but we're going to have another check now that you bring it up. And we're also waiting to see where Richard Hart will do an update. We haven't seen anything yet, but we're going to try and cover all that right now. We've got another pool, guys. Woo! It's stable coins. Stable coins is king. So we've got another pool. We've got USD Tether, guys. USD Tether is in the play there. It's on Pulse Chain too. So we have another pool, guys, that is up, which is pretty crazy. Let's see if we got anything else. I thought we suspected we may get something on Ethereum, but maybe that's something for another day. Guys. But it is on the old. We have got USD Tether now too, and that's been around for as well. I was looking at the USDC price, and wasn't it good that I actually saved all those tickers in that group because it allowed us to see which new projects, which new pools. So it's been around for 9 minutes. The USDC pool has been around for 21 minutes. So there we go. And it's there's 2.3 billion in here. $171,000 in USD Tether at the moment, and the opening price of this was 4,038 that didn't last long though, did it? So there was a second chance, was there, to pick up some cheap PROVEX? I think there was. Didn't last long though. And here we are at 75. And how's the similar price? Well, we're 74.55, and we're 73.51. It's moving around a bit there. So there we go. So we got USDC and USD Tether. So stable coins was the choice of the day. Kind of an odd choice in some ways. What do you guys think? Because normally stable coins you do at the top of the market. You do Pulse at the bottom of the market. That would be the argument, unless you thought Pulse was kind of rather weak and so on. So interesting. Either way, it doesn't really matter because you can sell, obviously stablecoin, Pulse is Pulse. Now, if you do get stablecoin, maybe you sell in the stablecoin and you buy Pulse with it, right? Maybe that's the argument, right? So the argument is that, okay, I'm going to sell my ProveX and I'm going to go into Hex, I'm going to go into Pulse, something like that. But maybe that takes a little while because we're not really seeing it in the charts yet. So that's a thought there. But look, we've just been opening a few minutes, so it's not necessarily that people are going to route all the way through so that quick. We got Crypto Jacks in the house. Hey, Superman, good to see you, Crypto Jacks. We got Brennan as well. Have you had a Surf Club feed yet? No, it's the one thing I haven't had, Brennan, is the Surf Club feed, and it's, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna have to drive over to your place somehow, and we're gonna have to go to Surf Club because look, I to be frank, Brennan, and I don't mean disrespectful, I have not been too impressed with the food I've had so far. So yeah, I have come from New Zealand, and we have such good quality food. But I know the holy grail is the Surf Club, and when I've seen those pictures of the Surf Club, it does look absolutely amazing. And to be fair, I need to go to more places to have more variety. But so far, just some of the places I've been to, it's hasn't been that great. But it's still early days, so I'll give you another update in a month or two. How about that on that one? All right, so we're at 7,100. We've got a market cap of 92 mil, and we've got pretty similar prices in the stablecoin pools. It's slightly different, obviously. So there we go, 91.6, 91.9. So similar pools here. Liquidity 330 plus 330. So we're sitting at about 660K of liquidity, guys. And if we add the stables, we've got half of that is stables. So 660, we've got about 330,000 of stable coins sitting in the pools right now. Let's see. We got that second pool. So the first pool was about 22 minutes ago. Then we had a second pool about half the time later. Will there be any other pool set up? And will large third-party whales set up pools? Big sacrifices that set up pools. Will they set up any? Question mark there. Get in your comments in the chat there, fakes. We've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people watching right now, so I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying the coverage. We are waiting for a Richard Hart comment, so let's quickly go. He hasn't done anything yet, so let's see here. Sometimes it takes him 20, 30, 40 minutes, so we'll see whether he's got a comment about that. He'll be saying, well, yeah, nothing yet. Let's do another refresh, though. Hopefully the API there's working all right. Nothing there at the moment. But who else would be writing about this? Let's go to Giga. Giga, he likes to get in early on the trading with his little trading bot skills. Let's see if he's been doing anything here. 4 hours ago, thank you. No, nothing there. Giga is 9 hour in capital, confirmed. There we go, 16 minutes. That's pretty interesting if that's the case. That's from Sami. Sami always likes these little connections here. What else there? We're down to 6,000. Now, what did I say? I thought that our market cap should be between 40 and 60 mil. What do you guys reckon? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Fat Sammy's in the house. He's a big Pulse Chain influencer and leader of the Pulse Bitcoin Council. Or at least a co-leader. Is it co-leader or a leader? Take me to a leader. Take me to a leader. We got, looks like he wants price to discovery. Yeah, he has indicated that. So kind of what we're saying at the moment. Let it settle before adding Pulse Chain ticker LP. Not a bad idea. Yeah, I think that's the way. Nice one there, Fat Sammy. All right, so yeah, we're down at 6,000. Like I say, the market cap's at 80. I just don't think it's worth being, that high, because if you take Pulse at 158 mil, and you got the market cap of PulseX at 155, and ProveX technology is still got to roll out and do all that sort of stuff, get adopted, and have the burning going, then watch the market cap can't be. I wouldn't even have it at half of the these market caps. 150, 160. So that would be 75, wouldn't it? So, well, 80 mil. Well, it's kind of around 80 mil at the moment, right? So is it worth 50% of those? I don't think so. I think it's probably worth 40 to 60. It's just my view at the moment. Until the technology rolls out and adoption and all that stuff, it happens. Otherwise, it's just speculation. But look, there are some key players. It is a smaller sacrifice. There is a lot of capital there. So yeah, we'll see. Fat Sammy says the Buck Fiat Group got it at half the price it is right now. Right. So yeah. So that would definitely go with my idea of 40 to 60 million market cap. If you were going to get to wipe out that mud, and I consider that the marginal price. You probably agree on that, Fat Sammy? Let me know, because the best price, excluding the OA, the best price would be the largest whale, which they were, right, and that would be the cost price ultimately. That's the way I look at it. Matt in the house. Hey, Matt, good to see you. How do you all? Big shout out to Matt and Barley there, one of our moderators as well. Big shout out there. Yes, it's Fat Sammy. Yeah. All right, so that is it. So yeah, once again, if you guys haven't subscribed, take a moment to subscribe on YouTube. We're streaming on 3 YouTube channels, and don't forget to follow on X as well. Let's go check out Somi. Somi's always great value for infotainment. So we're going to scroll down and see what he's got to say about any of this. He does comment on a lot of other things, but let's see if he's got anything recent there. No, nothing there yet. No, he's commenting on a lot of the crypto general stuff. No, nothing there for him. Who else would be interesting at the moment? I guess Crypto Coffee might be interesting. Crypto Coffee. Let's have a look there. Let's all retweet the live. Yeah, let's do that. That'd be pretty cool. Sean O'Malley says 4032 is the marginal price there of the best sacrifice. So we got 4062. So yeah, we're still quite a bit above that. So let's put a little line in that 32 then. A little line on the sand. Well, that's way down here, isn't it? So the market opened above that. You got 32. Okay, we'll get scrolling down. All right, that's close enough. So that's kind of the range. This would be the target at 3 zeros, which just seems like it's going to be pretty difficult to hold that. But it's at the moment it's still holding an 80 million market cap, which is about half of Pulse and PulseX value. So that's interesting. Based on Go Pulse numbers, I haven't checked the DEX screen and the market cap for those. But yeah, what's Hex at the moment? 214 mil. Well, Hex would be a premium, because it's got a number of large community, early projects sort of stuff. So that's probably not too bad. It's all retweet. Yeah, get out and retweet, folks. All right, so that is pretty much it. Let's have a look at the prices here. 406300. So yeah, we got still in the excitement phase, and so there's still a bit of fight back. Still new players coming in. They see a dip, they're going to want to buy into it, and so we're going to have to find out where this is going to be. Fat Sammy says, "I'm not touching this thing." Yeah. Well, that's what I said. Say just let it do its thing and let it chill out. We'll find a market cap there. I just feel like 80 mil's still too high, even though it's half of the Pulse and PulseX. And if we move to market cap here, we just bottomed out at 77. I don't know. I just feel like 60 to, if we're going to give it a premium, 60 to 70. But I think like 60 is probably the play there. But let's go back to price, and if we think about the marginal cost price there, then anything in here would be pretty tasty. So the opening actually is probably pretty friendly. So we're going to go down to 4 zeros, 3800. That'd be interesting. But at the moment, we're still up with the premium in there. So and we'll probably keep a decent premium. Honestly, there'll still be a decent premium in there. Matt says, could you paste the contract, Superman, please? Well, I did post the link up here, Matt, but I will post the contract as well. Once again, do your own due diligence and all that. But that is the one of the 2 stablecoin pools right now. And, price holding up pretty reasonable around the 6,000. Does like the 6,000 at the moment. I just don't trust it there. That's all. I don't trust it there. ProveX, because these guys down here, these sacrifice guys in the Buckamentals, got nice little profits sitting in there, and some of them will take it, some of them won't. A lot of them, a decent amount will. Well, they have 1,100 people. It was 1,100, something like that. So, right, I'll post the contract there. PRVX. That is the contract itself. So I've got that there as well. Where the heck go? There it is. Bam. ProveX. All right. So once again, always go to the official guy though, right? And Richard Hart is the official man, so you can go double check. Pulse Chain has it there as well. 8 hours. It looks like Crypto Coffee covered the drama coin. So that was cool. That seems about it at the moment. All right. So let's go back to Richard. And let's see what he's got. Let me know in the chat there, anyone else making any good comments on ProveX. That'd be cool too. Yeah, no official announcement from Richard yet, but I'm sure we'll get one today because the pools are live. Hopefully it'll be during the live stream. Sean says Peacock is taking a hit. Yeah, okay, let's have a look at that quickly. So people will be selling their profits in Peacock and trying to go into ProveX. So that's what will be happening there. So let's have a look. Peacock down here somewhere. So Peacock at 1,600. Now the thing about Peacock is that it's still the better play. I mean, obviously Peacock is the one bringing value, but people have made profits in there and they will sell that down. Now the target price for this, I did have a target price for this pullback. I was well aware that the price would get sold down today, but let me go to the weekly here, and I had a price of 14 here. So it could potentially go down to 14 here on the 21 weekly average. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Already it's busted through all the averages there on the daily, right? RSI down to 44 on the 4 hour. We're not quite oversold yet, so it may get a bit of a reprieve there. But that is the mark that I had. So potentiality to go down to 14. Now that being said, Peacock will rebound because Peacock is pretty much I think the heavyweight project on Bolstone now, and they have the ZKX wallet coming. They have an airdrop for that too, and that's going to be a frontier wallet based on privacy and a normal wallet hybrid. So it's a game changer, and they also have Liberty Lend coming and more DeFi hooks. So and I've got limit orders coming this week too. So no drama there. But yeah, what we're seeing now, Peacock, not surprising. What else? Brennan says surely RH would want to pump this based on his comments he made on his last video he made around Christmas. Yeah, definitely, Brennan. We'll keep a lookout for that. ProveX at the moment moving at 407,000. And everyone's jumping on to the hottest, latest thing there from Richard Hart, 407,000 there as well. Market cap back up at 89K. Now, let's see if there's any other peer. So we've had USDC first, USD Tether second, and let's have a look if there's anything new. I have been trying to save these new liquidity pools. Doesn't look like anything new at the moment. Question I have is, like Fat Sammy pointed out, is will we get a pulse peer pool later in the day or tomorrow or something? And also, will we get a pool on Ethereum? That's the other one, right? Will we get a pool on Ethereum? Presumably, let's see what happens. Will we get a pulse pool on Ethereum? That'd be interesting. All right, so that is some of the stuff there. So there we go, folks. First pool we had launched was 35 minutes ago, USDC. We've got 2.35 billion PRVX in there at the moment, 160. Then we had, about 12 minutes later or so, 23 minutes. We had the USD Tether pool launch. So stablecoins was the play. Let price discovery happen. Let people, dumpity, find a price. And then, of course, I would agree with Fat Sammy. Maybe we get a pulse pool after that. I think that's naturally going to happen. We get a pulse pool. And, question over whether we get Ethereum pool too, which kind of makes sense since a lot of the capital is raised over Ethereum. We get arbitrage between those two. Could be pretty cool and a good attraction and adoption tool. Fat Sammy says PLS cores and alts dropping on the launch as people buy the ProveX tops. Dangerous to sell your cores for this. Yeah, always the risk, right? Always the risk. People hunting the next big thing. Oh, I got to get on it, man. FOMO. But like I say, the market cap's at 90 mil. I see the market cap more down at like 60 mil or less. I mean, that's the technology is not out. It's got to get out and adopted and all that stuff. The burning's got to take place. At the moment, it's just a launch speculation, and we'll see where it lands. Will Richard Hart come in and do a bit of support buying at some stage? I just don't see it today, but you never know. God mode candle, who knows? And how will that transform the Richard Hart core coins, right, which are currently pretty flat at the moment. So let's have a look. They're flat. Oh, they've just gone down negative actually on the 24-hour, but we got 103 down 2.6% on Pulse, down 1% on PulseX, down 1.4% on Inc. Hex down almost 6% there and busted through that 0.2 of a penny. And even the Peacock heavyweight getting under some sell pressure there as well. But guess what? Some of the Peacock people are selling out now, and if they get burned on ProveX, try to come back to Peacock, they may end up being priced out for a while. So just note that, because I know there's some buyers coming in for Peacock. Should I say that? We got Sean O'Malley in house there. Market cap, what? 900 million, he says. 900 million there. Well, we got 7,000 right now. We got market cap 88 mil. And liquidity there. We've got two main pairs, USDC, USDT, they're all about the same amount. There we go. Fat Semi says, if you got it for the bonus rate, obviously trade to take your 2x here and buy back the cause greedy pigs get slaughtered. Yeah, that's what I would say too if you're doing it. Once again, you have to do your own financial decisions, but I think a 2x here is a very good price. Yeah. People after 3x though, Fat Sammy. People after 3x. It's crypto, man. It's the gold greed. It's the gold greed. Oh my God, I'm gonna get 3x. Damn it! No, I don't get 3x, and it goes right down almost to the marginal price, which is down here for the bucket mental sacrifice there. 4 zeros, 3,200. There's money to be had in here for those that have got 2x's. Watch all the DGens sell their cores for green candles, says Brennan. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, let's go back to so Peacock there getting a look. The Peacock's so profitable for a lot of people. That's why you're getting a rotation there. But what else is getting rotated out of? We got Finvesta that was in, right? It's down 22%. SCADA down 18%. Peacock obviously down 15% right now. What else there? We got Hex down 7%. So yeah, everything's getting cannibalized, is it? No. I wouldn't say everything, but there's definitely people, trying to switch in there. And it's a transfer of wealth going on, right? Transfer of wealth based on the new ProveX. ProveX showing up here, bling, bling. So it does look like we have a die pair as well, guys. We've got a die pair. That didn't show up on my latest check, did it? That didn't show up on my latest check when I did the thing. We got a die pair there as well. There it is. It popped up. That didn't show up for me, did it? Remember, I looked at that. I actually already had it on my list, and I hadn't added it up. So there we go. Sorry about that. My bad. It was on my list. So, guys, let's do a summary here for those that are just coming in. We've got a huge crowd watching right now, so a big shout out. If you are new to the Kryptonite Show, the largest influencer doing daily shows, we're back on track. I've been doing 2 or 3 shows a day lately. Then definitely get it. If you love Bitcoin Alpha, if you love Ethereum Alpha, you love Pulse Chain Alpha, we're going to be covering X1, going to be covering Solana. So get in on it, folks. The bull market's going to be brutally awesome for crypto. So definitely check out for that. And don't forget to subscribe to YouTube and go up and hit the follow button on X and get some action there. If you guys want to get all the intel, strategy intel, I'm researching markets every day, posting that in our strategy club. Then just hit the QR code and you'll join up through the Whoop store and join our Discord and get all the alpha there as well. And so while we're joining up, just over $1 a day to join up to that. You'll also find the links in the video description and pinned to the top of X as well. So get in on that. What other comments we got? We got 10x up only, says Sean. Boy, you're greedy there, Sean. Hey, that's the crypto target, right? 10x. Hey, the alternative of Sean, though, is 2x times 2x times 2x times 2x, that sort of thing, right? So it's the alternative. Probably a lot easier to make there. Fat Sammy says, exactly, Brennan. The good thing is RH said, when ProveX was announced, at least we got out the weekends out the cause faster, says Fat Sammy. That's true. So we are getting a bit of a shakeout here going on as well. But it is a asset redistribution. So remember, whenever you lose, someone else won, right? Probably, right? So take note of that. 100%. Sammy, how is the Pulse Chain Bridge looking? Fat Sammy says. Well, let's go have a look. We're going to do a refresh of Richard Hart. We are waiting for an announcement. Hey, Richard, I don't know if you're watching. We're waiting for an announcement. He's like, screw you. I'm going to do it when in my own time. But we got that no update yet from Richard, but I'm sure we'll get one today. Shouldn't be too far away. So let's go to Pulse Alerts, right? That normally gives us any any major bridge flow. Pretty sure. PRVX, yeah, we got that 26 minutes ago. PRVX has moved up by infinity percent in the last 34 hours. That's funny. All right, what else? Yeah, net flow. So 14 hours ago, net flow was 200K, so it's pretty good. That's net flow. I don't know what we've had anything now. I can check, but I'd have to go to Telegram to the bridge bot, there. Let's go to the bridge bot. I'll quickly check here. I haven't looked at the bridge bot for ages. I got 8,200 views here for the bridge bot. But let's have a look at the activity. So 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I don't see anything on the 10 minutes. Let's go to the hourly one there. 10 minutes. So the daily. Oh, so we had the daily the daily snapshot was an hour and a half ago, and we had $273,000 in and $183,000 out. With the 10-minute snapshots, nothing big coming in. A couple $1,000s either side. We had the hourly snapshot on the new day, 11,000 over 3,000, so 7,000 net. Yeah, about 7,000 nets, and not. Yesterday was great, like you say, but apart from that, that's pretty much it. So nothing particularly special. Yesterday we did have some big. Bridge values. Anyway, the price of ProveX, 4 zeros, 6,700, market cap about 87 mil. I still think it's too expensive, the market cap, when I compare it to Pulse and PulseX and X. But we are at the beginning of the hype cycle here. Will Richard do something with it? I don't see him doing anything particular yet, but he could do God mode candle later, or at least some structural moves later in the chart. And obviously Pulse Chain, they're not getting a lot of, get a little bit of rotation now there. I mean, the prices aren't bad yet, but let's see what happens over the next 24 hours. Particularly the first couple of hours are particularly interesting, and so forth. Certainly getting rotation out of some of the profitable plays like Peacock, and what else was moving? We had some of the OG WebChef stuff, some of the smaller tokens which have been performing generally pretty well. UFO down 20%. So a little bit of rotation for some of the more valuable tokens, I would argue, into it. But, that's just a general speculation there. 68, ticking away. We seem to find a zone here. We've got a bit of a zone now. It's kind of in the middle, isn't it? We've kind of got the 6 to 7,000 mark range kind of being of interest here right now. Is someone, a market maker, going to try and come in and FOMO on this and then not get their value back later on? That's what happens. Sean says RH needs to make a statement to the Pulse community. We'll see. I just know that Richard will do what Richard will do when Richard will do it. That's the thing. No statement right now on this. But let's go see whether Crypto Soul or somebody's got something to say. Crypto Coffee, is he up at the moment? It's a weekend, right? So maybe he's out and about. Yeah, nothing there from Crypto Coffee. We didn't see anything from Somi, but Somi is normally posting multiple times a day, every day. So let's have a look. Oh, I've lost Somi now. What the heck? Damn it! I've lost everything. The search has died. The search died, guys. Oh, Axis is here. Axis is alive. We'll go to them. So Axis TA guy. ProveX is now tradable. Main pool. So there we go. That is definitely ticking away there. We might repost that. We got the repost. Jetty says, don't spread this crap. Or whatever. Everyone's allowed their perspective there. I'm a quadrillionaire, says Fast Abdul. That's funny. Fast Abdul. Now we're waiting for Fast Abdul's Vault 369. It's in public testnet, but is it going to launch pretty early this week? Will it launch this week? It's going to be a first adopter to ProveX. I don't know. We'll see. Interesting stuff there. All right, so that is from Fast Abdul. We're close to 7,000. 7,000's tasty right now. Valiant says, looks like a good day to feed the birds, says Valiant. Indeed, it does. That's what I said to you. People selling out, rotating into ProveX, and if they get burned, I know there's buyers looking at the Peacock bird. They'll just let it play out and let it hit that, probably that weekly mark, maybe 1,400 or 1,440. And I think you'll see some buyers come in there. And they won't be able to get back in. That's probably what happen. We'll keep a lookout for that. Short Mouse says, agreed. Only 3 ways this thing pumps. 1, sack money. Yep. 2, we see cause dump for it. Yep. Anyone, how are we doing on that? Not too bad at the moment. Down a little bit, but not too bad. and 3 bridge incoming increases. We haven't really seen. We saw money come in yesterday. We saw, I think, one of those traders, right? One of those traders with $250,000. You know, those guys. But yeah, I don't know if they're going to be, you know, overly jumping in on this. The volumes at the moment. I mean, look, we got 3 pairs running, right? So we got the first pair that we had launched. Let's make sure I get this right. 47 minutes. What's this one? 35, and this one was 47. So the first pairs that we had were, we have USDC, and they got about just about 4.8 billion PRVX in there now. That wasn't what the original amount was, of course. 337k in USDC. Then we also at the same time we had DAI launch, which I didn't really. I had it tagged, but I didn't cover it. We had 2.3 billion PRVX in there, and 161k DAI. And then we had, say, 35 minutes ago, which was after the other two, we had USD Tether, and that's got 333k. So if we add that liquidity up, you know, we've got about $1 million. You know, just under $1 million right now. No, we got over $1 million. That's bad maths there. We got $1 million. We got 1.3 mil. Let's say that 1.3, over 1.3, heading towards 1.4. Let's say. All right, we worked it out at the end. We worked it out in the end. Crypto Jackson, how's the great day to be in crypto? Pulse Chain season. Yeah, I think so. It's great to see some action on Pulse Chain, eh? I do think there's a sentiment change from Pulse Chain. So regardless of the impact on Pulse, which is pretty modest at the moment, you know, Hex is down a little bit, but pretty modest. I think that yeah, it's actually generally a pretty good thing. And you know, we had that silly rogue pull at the beginning, and you know, $12,000 was taken, and some guy got 50,000 PRVX tokens. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. Let's have a look what that'd be worth, that 50,000 that he got. Is that right? PRVX, was it 50 million? Or was it 50 million? I don't know what it was. 50 million, was it? Is that 50 million? I forgot my zeros now. 1, 2, 3. 3.5k. Is that right? 3.5k. I think that might be right. Double confirm on that. If we don't see one of these 3 things, then it should settle to fair value. So what's fair value, Fat Sammy? Fair value is the marginal price there, all the way down here at 32. We had the opening price here at 3,750, so 4 zeros, 3,700. We're currently 4 zeros, 7,100. We have got this price of 4 zeros, 92. I do have a feeling there's going to be another attempt possibly to try and get to lose a zero, but I just see that being short-lived. You know, it should be short-lived. A 91 million market cap right now, whereas you got Pulse. Let's refresh this just so we get, you know, the API's working. Yeah, so Pulse down now 5. They're holding on to the 4 zeros. You know, we've had so many attempts to hold 4 zeros 1. We're still holding on, but you know, for how long? Another breakthrough there, we'll see. Once we do get a solid, you know, a hold over that 4 zeros 1, Pulse can really start to climb, and hopefully it'll be the bottom, which was 5 zeros, 7,800, and then it's we'll get on some sort of a mega uptrend over the next sort of, you know, year or something. So that's kind of what we're hoping for. It takes, you know, maybe the PRVX is the turning point for that. So we're at down 2% on PulseX. PulseX holding pretty well. Not a lot happening there. PulseX not too bad. Incentive not too bad. Hex definitely gets hurt because Hex is the leverage player. It's got the small liquidity, so it gets moved a lot easier, right, as well. But here we are with ProveX on USDC. 4 zeros, 72. It's the biggest pair, 684. ProveX on DAI. We've got the minute chart, have we? We already got the minute chart. Yeah, we've got a minute chart. We've got the minute chart on here, guys, so just let you know. So that's the minute chart. And then we've got ProveX on USD Tether. We're also on the minute chart here, and 4072. Market cap at 92 mil. And that compares to 153 mil for Pulse, 150 million for PulseX, 25 million for Inc., and Hex there at 207 million. So yeah. So I would say Inc market cap's too high, but it is a function of the market, and we've had the market operate. So this is the market cap. So that's the play. Brendan says will we see any fresh capital, new buyers go into ProveX and broader crypto if it starts pumping? Yeah, I think so. I think we will, Brendan. The technology's got to roll out and do all that stuff, right? That's the key, and it's got to grow. If it has that exponential growth rate, then you know the big game on. Let us know your thoughts on that in the chat, anybody. Brendan says, I think that's RH main goal. Yeah. So let's go have another look for our Richard Hart again. Looks like I got my search back. No update here at the moment. Let's see if Somi's got any comments, because he's normally onto us. But nothing at this stage. Pretty unusual. 1 hour, 31 minutes ago. No comment on PRVX. Interesting. That's maybe he's got the next one. Next post will be up. Keep a lookout for that. Giga, the Giga trader. We haven't seen any. He's normally front running everything. We haven't seen anything on that. So Giga pretty quiet on that front. Who else? Crypto Solve. We already covered him. He had some nice comments. He's been doing some really great stuff on that. Who else? Maddie Allen. I don't know. Crypto Copy. We had him. I think. Did he post something? No, nothing either. Maddie Allen. Oh, we did see Fast Abdul. So Fast Abdul had something. Maddie Allen. Let's see if Maddie Allen. Oh, Maddie Allen's in some sort of space now, is he? Some sort of space on there right now. ProveX token, he says, has launched on Pulse Chain. Price up. That is true. If you like buying ProveX, that's 3 hours ago. That was the old crappy one. Crappy pull. All right, so that's pretty much it. We'll keep a lookout for Richard, though. We're waiting for an official announcement. Whether we'll get one in the time of the live stream is another question. What time is it now? It is an hour and 6 minutes. So we're going to go long, obviously, because there's a special event. Pat Simmons, I think if it settles, we'll go back to the price so that we've got something to look at there. I think if it settles, then some is bridged over to other chains. There may be some interest in new value. I do still think we're going to get some pulls on Ethereum. I think that'd be a nice play, but we'll see what Richard does there. Over to chains, and then maybe some interest in new value coming into pump our holders so they can sell at a profit and then pump the chain. Yep. Below 4032. We got Valiant says, thanks to ProveX, Pulse Chain did jump over Polygon today to take the number 5 spot. Hopefully we can hold it and continue to climb. Yeah, nice comment there, Valiant. Most of them are in a space, so probably not posting, says Fatsaming OC. All right, well, we're live streaming, and we've got hundreds of people watching, so great to have you guys watching, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the content and sharing the journey. That's kind of basically what we're doing, right? We've got 700K liquidity just hit now. We've got on the USDC, we've got 343K on the DAI pair. So we're over 1 million there. And then we've got 346. Oh, we're really moving up here in the market cap at 97 mil. The question is, where will it settle after the excitement, right? That's the question. We're still in the first hour, guys. We're only 42 minutes in, or at least max 54 minutes. So we've got 6 minutes to go until 1 hour is for the first trading period, and the chart is creeping up. So this kind of pattern is probably what we'd reasonably expect, I think. We know we have this violent sort of behavior at the beginning, but a profit taking from some guy, and then we have a slow creep up at the moment. But where does this go when it sells off at some stage? So that's the question. Sean says, great stream, Superman. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Fat Sam says, please share the stream on X. Superman streams every day. Help him out, yeah. We are the largest channel that streams on a daily basis. Obviously, I had a little break earlier in the year, but apart from that, we've been streaming for over 6 years now. 7 years, is it? 6 years? What year is it now? 26? 7 years, I think it is. 7 years. Heading towards 7 years. FOMO will kick in after the first 5 to 10x. That's true. So I haven't taken that into account, is that if we do have a breakout like that, then yeah, that will occur. So we'll have a different kind of chart altogether, and we'll have a ridiculous market cap of like what's it? If that does another 5, 6, I mean, talking about $500 million, which would eclipse the sum of PulseX and Hex. That's pretty funny, right? That's pretty funny. All right, so here we are. At the moment, we got 407600. We're doing some moon math right now. We're having some good Schweppes, good orange mangoes, sparkling water. Not advertising. If you guys haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe on YouTube. Let's make that happen. And if you're on X, of course, don't forget to hit the follow button. So let's go do that. We're waiting for Richard Hart, of course. But scroll at the top here. I don't know where the button is, but scroll up and smash the follow. And of course, if you guys haven't joined up Strategy Club, you love all the best intel all day long. around Bitcoin, Ethereum, Pulse Chain. We'll be covering X1 Solana. Then definitely join up the Strategy Club. You can find the QR code just below me in the video there. Just over $1 a day to join up. Very well priced, and you get all the alpha all day long, every day. So there we go. What else we got? We got. Let's go back to Richard Hart, and we're going to refresh. We're going to have to continue to refresh on him because I know he's going to make a post during the live stream. Fingers crossed. He did yesterday. The price at the moment 7,700. We hit $1 million in liquidity. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, that's worthy of a clap, is it not? That's worthy of a clap. That is crazy. We just hit $1 million in the main pair on the USDC, guys, and we got 346 plus another 350. So let's say 700. So we're at 1.7 million in LP now. That's a juggernaut. That's looking good. Let's compare that to liquidity here on overall. Well, we ignore James Maria Tropa, and we're getting into we're eclipsing Ink token main pair. I mean, I haven't added them all up, but definitely Hex is pretty high on the old liquidity. So we're getting there. 1.7 mil. We're getting pretty close to Hex, aren't we? Somewhere pretty similar to Hex on the old LP. ProveX moving up 78.40. Here we are. It's almost getting into a horse race, right? Here we go. ProveX up for 74, and it's going around the corner, and there it goes. Do you think it's going to win? It's 3-1 on the ratio with it. Getting a bit like that. We got Eddie in the house. Hey, good to see you, Eddie. Welcome. It's exciting days. I think it's an exciting day for Pulse Chain, regardless of rotations and Pulse down a little bit. I think it's a great day, and I think it's actually and despite the little pool that you could buy and never sell, which is a honeypot thing, we ended up getting through all that, and we've got a proper launch. And Richard's done it proud. So we got 1 million, 1.7 million liquidity. It's pretty fair, and game on. So it's gone pretty well, hasn't it? So hats off to Richard Hart there as well. All right. We're just waiting for an official announcement. Presumably we'll get one of those hopefully during the live stream. Typically what happens is you finish the live stream and then he posts afterwards. Right? It's like within 10 minutes and you go, oh, damn it. It happens all the time. All right, so let's jump over. Let's have a quick look at the rest of Pulse Chain right now. We'll quickly have a look at the market on crypto generally just to see where we are. But we've got the total market right now, 2.49 trillion, so pretty flat. I don't know, we've got zeros in there. Bitcoin almost back at 71K, Ethereum almost back at 21K. Look, these are looking amazing, I think, and they should benefit from the crisis that we've had recently. So I think they're looking pretty good. We've got the big DATs, the digital asset treasuries, pumping these up. I mean, it's just really going to be exciting with Ethereum and Bitcoin. We're expecting big news on Monday for the announcements around Ethereum buys and Bitcoin buys. Keep a lookout for both of those. That's big bullish triggers because they're buying a lot, right? Those treasuries. We're going to talk more about that, of course, tomorrow. I think we've got a live show with Pulse of the Fallen tomorrow, so keep a lookout for that. The #1 anime series on Pulse Chain. We've got BNB there at number 4, XRP number 5, pretty flat there at the moment. Solana down 0.5%, Tron up 1.3%, and we've got Doge there up 0.1%. So kind of a flat sort of day, but actually, the numbers are looking pretty good there for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Top 100 there, we've got some big movers. Tensor Tower up 48%, Render up 42%. Official Trump has been moving. That's been interesting, right? Up 37%. Hyperliquid obviously doing well, 25%, and Mantle up 17%. Hyperliquid doing particularly well from the oil prices and having TradeFi coming over and use their protocol, right? Kind of cool. Top 1,000 gainers, Enemy, Baby Boom Token, NIM in the top 1,000, and then a trending overall Sun Token, Tensor Tower, and that crappy Pi network just getting listing on Kraken, but I'm not a big fan. All right, so we've got that going on right now. So that is generally crypto. The overall market cap on the overall action on Pulse Chain is ProveX, obviously dominating. We're now up to 8,000 in the price, and the market cap must have hit 1 million, just about $100 million. Look at that, woo! Oh, just got some profit taken just as we switched over there. That was going up. These are minute candles, so because was just coming up to the first hour. Yeah, 1 hour and 1 minute, guys. Woohoo! That's another milestone. And we'll clap that too. We'll clap it all. What else have we got? Pat Sammy with some comments. So we'll come up to that again. And then we'll get back to that market coverage. We got Eddie in the house. What else do we got there? We got Brennan says OGs would remember Superman's old racetrack mic. Yeah, you would remember that with the crickety. We got Assure Mike now. Says Fat Sammy says I thought he would keep LP thin for the first day to let sellers get wrecked. The fact he is increases the chance he is trying to protect the price. Just speculation, says Fat Sammy. It's also a sign of strength too, Fat Sammy. It's not. It's a little bit of a sign of strength. We'll see whether that strength holds, but certainly the trifecta of stablecoin is pretty interesting. And a bit nervous about the pulse. If you give people stables, they're going to go buy cores, right? Are they going to, if they take profits, they buy cores. The only people that you worry about are people that bridge out, right? That's the thing. But presumably, probability is that they will buy pulse chain cores is probably the hope there, especially if they're ProveX. Although most of the capital was raised on Ethereum, but a decent amount of that was still Pulsicans, one would argue, and Hexkins. Up the wire says Wookie. Good to see Wookie, our community leader in the house. Big shout out to you, Wookie. Cause selling off, FOMO kicking in, says Fat Sammy. Yeah, well, it's FOMO got kicked in the butt there a little bit. We're back down to 75. Let's have a look at the Pulse Chain cause again. Let's do a refresh of that. So Pulse is holding on, guys. The 401 down 5.86%. PulseX is not doing too bad, down 3.4%. Now, a lot of people did want Richard to pair PRVX with PulseX, which I actually thought was a pretty good idea. And it's interesting that's down there. And Inc at the moment down 3.7%. Hex, though, really getting hurt because Hex has got the small liquidity and, of course, had a nice little mini run recently and is down 11% right now. So Hex there getting hurt. And obviously, we saw some of the more profitable tokens also getting sold down and getting rotated a little bit too, which is, may end up backfiring. We'll see on some people. We got ProveX obviously kicking some gut, it's kicking up there. And we're at about 1.6 million in the main three pairs there. UFO still doing pretty well from PDC, and so PDC is tied in. So PDC does this liquidity indexing, right, where it gets does what USDX sort of kind of do, pairing itself with a lot of pools. Peacock does that too, as a lot of people pair with Peacock in that case. But people here buying into ProveX 13% as well, and no doubt we'll see a Peacock pair with ProveX as well. So it's kind of the play there. Doubt token up 4%, Teddy Bear up a little bit, Unity up a little bit, and that's pretty much it. So we've got about 13 pairs that are slightly green, but everything else is red right now. And if Pulse is down, at 6%, let's say, then anything that's 6% or worse is doing worse than Pulse right now, which is including a lot of popular tokens, including True Farm, most wanted there, Helgo, PDC, the Greys, down 8.8%. So, a lot of quality tokens getting sold down, rotated a little bit here. Hex are down, obviously. Peacock, all the Peacock pairs, Zen, Top Hat, Peacock, all getting rotated a little bit there. I could see that in the chat last night, so I knew that was going to happen. So that's no surprise. We've got some of the other ones getting really hit really hard. SCADA from Nectar Supply, a DevC coin, which was doing pretty well a little while back, and Investor down as well, down to $1.47. It's been hit quite hard. And then we've got the one token, which was the sort of the second biggest public token from B-Roots, I think, is down 35%. So pretty hard there. 3,600K volume on 19K. So the one token there hit pretty hard on that. So there we go. I can't remember the exact allocation of one as well, so I've forgotten that too. I was covering it all, but I've forgotten it all now since I was on holiday and the rest of it. So there we go, down to 3,000 right now. Got sold off in the last, it's the weekly candle. Let's look at the hour because it probably happened in the last couple of hours. Yeah, so it got sold off today. Looks like 3 or 4 major sell-offs there for the one token. All right, so let's go back to ProveX. So that's our coverage of the markets today. We'll keep an eye on that, and of course there'll be some buying of some of the quality tokens that rotated. People are going to buy them up. That's what I expect. Thinking like when I think of Liberty Swap or this or that, then they've got such mega massive roadmaps and that are launching at a rapid pace. Kind of a fool to get yourself out of those. But hey, look, the market will do what markets can do. It's exciting right now. We've got ProveX launching. Let's see if we've got Richard Hart posting anything. Let's see if he's got anything. We are expecting kind of some sort of announcement around it. He's been posting about the little baby pool. So he might as well post around the big pool. Sort of a baby pool. But baby honey pot pool. Let's call it that. But now we're ticking away there right now. We're at 96 million market cap. We're at 1 million liquidity. We are looking strong at the moment on the ProveX. So if it holds anything around here and goes even higher over the next days and weeks, then they'll be pretty strong. I myself think a strong move would even be halving the market. Maybe going to 50. I would say 40, 60 mil is the kind of the bottom you want it to go to, so that would probably be the middle, I would say. So we'll see what the market decides, though. I'm not the market. I'm just making assessments based on the overall numbers. So yeah, we had the market starting off at 47 mil. We're up at 97. So basically over 2x there. And would we expect to see the market at 40 mil? That's kind of the thing. I think that's possibly the bottom of the market if it does go down there. But 40 to 60 mil seems like a good zone for me at the moment when I remove speculation, because the technology needs to roll out and you have all the fees and exponential adoption, all sorts of stuff play out. So that's kind of my view from a fundamental point of view, but it doesn't mean that the FOMO in the moment in the market is more aggressive, which it obviously is. Now, if like someone says, if someone breaks it away, like Richard pumps money in it, or other people pump money into it that are quite large, and you get a breakaway, then you get FOMO, right? You get FOMO. So if we start getting FOMO, we can get into the 5-10x zone, and it's absolutely game on from there, right? it's anything's possible, right? Until it's not possible, and then it collapses, it crashes like the biggest crash, because we've got all these people with huge sacrifices, and particularly the Buckamentals team, because they're all the way down here apparently at 32. So anything that's above that is all money, right? All money, all the cream there. So 32, 64. I mean, even at 64 around here, they're at 2x. And so, as they go 64 up here, they're at 3x, right? So we have seen the price go to 3x. So it definitely was possible. Maybe somebody there took that opportunity back here. Maybe that was a 3x coverage there. I don't know. I didn't look at all the wallets in detail. Maybe that was the case. All right. Pretty awesome. Yeah, we've got a huge crowd watching at the moment, so I appreciate that. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. Apparently some of the streamers are in X chats. I don't know why they're doing that. Should be in should be on live streams. Come on, guys. I don't know what they're doing. If they are, get out there. But in any case, if you're new to the channel, you love daily content, we are the largest channel in the Pulse Chain community doing daily shows. In fact, we're back to 2 or 3 shows these days. Yeah, we've been streaming for over 6 years, and virtually every day, apart from occasional sick day or this or that, or recently a holiday. And so yeah, if you love that daily content, you love dropping the alpha. We're dropping all the alpha on Bitcoin and the treasuries and all the structural changes that are happening. We're dropping it on Ethereum. We're dropping it on Pulse Chain. Obviously, we cover Pulse Chain every day with the market updates. We're the only channel that does all that. So if you love all that, and of course, we're going to be covering X1 Chain. We're going to be covering Solana as well. So some of the heavyweights that are really going to make people really rich, because we're still at the beginning, man. We only got a total market cap of 2.5 trillion in crypto. That is a baby market. You're talking about gold around about 40 trillion. So we're going to get a rally for Bitcoin. Just a 10x would take it, take us up to 25 trill, and 10x overall is pretty badass. And look, workforce these days going to be facing AI, right? So workforce is going to be facing. I just hear something beeping at them. I'm not sure what that is. Stop beeping. Thank goodness. What the heck was that? I don't know. Aliens coming. Then making magic money in crypto right now is a dream come true. So you might be going to, maybe you get some good crypto positions. You make some mad gains because you're in nice here at this time, and you don't care about the short-term FUD, wars and things like that. You're just getting ready for the main play. You'll be at some sort of gathering with other people, and they'll be going, man, I just lost my job because of AI. I just struggling with this. You'll be sitting there going, man, I just made 10x. And I just made 10x. So it's how different it is. So, and it's just going to get harder and harder, right? We know that from many points of view. Now, Elon, of course, has a different view. He's been talking recently about, robotics and all that taking over, and we're going to have so much of everything that no one's going to have to work, and we'll have universal incomes kind of thing. But I think that's he thinks the monetary supply is not going to be increased, but we know people on the left love printing money. So we're going to keep our lookout on all those mega themes over time. But yeah, it is a pretty interesting world we're in right now. All right, what else we got? Let's see some of the comments here. I've got the Warriors on tonight. We've got the rugby. We've got a few guys talking about the rugby in there. All the best to the Warriors and the Knights. Pulse Bitcoin says a 10x would do me just fine. Says Pulse Bitcoin. Brennan says that's what? That's your pies already in the oven, super. I don't know what that was. That beacon there, that noise. I don't know what it was. It was doot doot doot. I thought, what the heck? I'm still fit. There's still a few things in Australia still working through. The random beeps. All right, we're at 7,800. We're on the upper end still, but have we got a lower low here? Have you noticed that? So we've got this high here of 8,100. We've got a slightly lower low here. So is it running out of steam? Is it running out of steam? I know we just got popped as I said that, but if it doesn't really break that 8,100, still early days, right? We've just started the second hour, so it's still early. First 3-4 hours particularly should be interesting. 3 hours probably. But we'll keep watching these lower lows. If they come in, we could get red candles in there because people start but not believing in the chart, and down we go. But at the moment, still got some pep in it. So we'll see whether it can climb over this 81. Probably will. But at some stage, we'll get lower lows, and then we'll get rollover right in the chart. We're all looking for that rollover. Everyone loves rollovers. No, they don't. Everyone loves 5 to 10x's. Everyone loves finding. Your pies are ready. Get out, Brennan. We've got to go to the. Honestly, we've got to go to the surf club for one of those amazing meals. That's for sure. All right. So we've got 3 pools. Just those that just come in. We've got the USDC pool. It's been around for about an hour and 13 minutes, and that went live with the DAI pool. They were around the same time, and so we've got 1.35 million with those two. And then later on we had the USD Tether pool launch. That was a 1 hour and about 10-12 minutes later, and that's been around for just over an hour now. That's got 350,000. So we're sitting at about 1.7 million with the 3 big pools. Richard's gone for the stable coins, but we may see a Pulse pool get popped up later once we've seen the supply and demand and who's going to dump and who's going to buy and where it settles. And then that could be on Pulse Chain. Maybe we get some other pools. Also, large other market makers, once they think the chart settled down, they may set up pools as well. That's possible. And then we'll keep a lookout to see what pools that we get on Ethereum, which kind of makes sense to me that we get an Ethereum pool. And maybe that's Pulse. I don't know. We'll see. And then, of course, the strength there. And then we'll see what other news comes from Richard, right? We haven't had no announcement since we've been doing the live stream. And it's just been over an hour now since the LP pools. We are keeping a lookout, but nothing yet. And we have got an extended live stream on at the moment. We're coming up to an hour and 28 minutes on live. And we've done pretty solid coverage, I think, of this over the last 3 live streams. And today was obviously the culmination and excitement there. So yeah, kind of cool. We do know when the technology gets rolled out that we are going to have some, obviously a lot of Pulse Chain top tier developers will launch it, particularly LibertyX and others. So that's going to be pretty quick. The token's already been picked up by all the DEXs and the DEX aggregators that you can pretty much trade that on there. So that's already got DEX and aggregator support. But the technology itself is the peer-to-peer technology to disintermediate exchange and everything that's to come, right? To come. All right, so kind of cool. Do we have much of a rotation in Pulse? Well, Pulse is holding. Looks like Pulse defended. It's down 5.6%. It seems to be defending the 401 mark. PulseX hasn't been down very much at all. 5077 down 1.6%. Inc seems to be not too bad at the moment, down 1.7%. Hex definitely got impacted a bit after mini rally, and it is down 9.5%. It's got the smallest liquidity. It's not too surprising. Some of the other top tier tokens also got hit because they're profitable. So people decided to rotate a little bit out of those. We saw that with LibertyX and a few others. PDC PDC's got 5% tax, remember, so it's a little bit weird. But they've had pretty good runs recently, and just the way it goes. Now, the prices that I think we've got on a lot of these top tier protocols will be nothing compared to when we run, right? So people selling down here at little profits, regret it later on if they haven't bought back in. You know how it rolls. What's it? What's let me say. We will super, says Brennan. Yeah, for the surf club. Yeah, meal. Yeah. Wookie can catch a flight over too. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. We should work on that with Wookie. Henley Beach or Glenneig. What's SC? I don't know what SC is. What state is that, Sean? What state is that? Do I need to take a flight? In other words, which I'll be happy to do, Sean. I'd be happy to do. But we got sounds good, Sean. Sounds good. Yeah. We should actually have a crew. Yeah, let's get. We'll have to have a really book it out for the evening and have a real chow down at some paradise coastal surf club food. It's the holy grail, guys. That's what we're talking about. The holy grail of Australian food at the surf club. We'll have to make sure it is one of those high-end surf clubs. I'm sure most of them are pretty high-end. All right, so if you guys haven't followed on X, don't forget to give a follow. Trying to get the 1,500 followers, and you guys know I'm rebuilding the channel after it was unfairly taken down. And I appealed, but it was appealing to crickets. So they don't respond to you. So we're rebuilding again. You guys can help make that happen. So smash the follow on X. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to smash the subscribe button. We're streaming on 3 YouTube channels, and we're on the Crypto Night Show. We're on Pulse Chain X. We're on Superman Crypto. And so smash the subscribe buttons, hit the bell for videos every day. And if you're on X, definitely smash the follow. Let's see, not only if we get over 1,500, but if we have enough people stuff, we could start heading towards 2,000 pretty quick. What else? The Crypto Night Show, of course, if you're not familiar, is we have the Monster Thread, a professional publication that we put out every week from the Crypto Night Show. MVS Crypto is the editor-in-chief of that. He's also the promotional lead of the Crypto Night Show. So if you're a team out there and you want best-in-breed professional services to promote your project, then there's nothing better than the Monster Thread, right? It is a huge viewership of Pulse Chain, and that's in the bear market. Once we get to the bull market, the viewership's going to be up many X's on that, and we've been getting a lot of attention of very large influencers in X that have been promoting the Monster Thread too. So you get a lot of extra bang for your buck, and it really is fantastic to cover the weekly news on Pulse Chain every week. So the Monster Thread, Pulse Chain publication every week with the hottest news covering everybody. It is a neutral publication in the sense that the news is neutral. So if you're doing something newsworthy, you will get on there. And we have a lot of different people on there as well. So pretty cool. And always having some big new influencers. In fact, I think we've probably had at least half a dozen large X-influencers over the last sort of 6 to 7 months that have come into Pulse Chain community either and stayed here directly or at least watching as satellite influencers. And then we're talking about 250,000 or higher influencers. So we are getting a bit of traction there, guys, and it does make a difference, especially when Pulse Chain starts to sort of slowly take off from the bottom. Those influencers will play a facilitation role there, introducing a lot of new people. So, and some of that's also on the back of Richard Hart's stuff with the iPad and all the sponsors that have been working on the iPad and the Hive there in California, distributing those. And we've seen lots of good stuff there from Susie Q, Wildest J, the Captain, many other people, Coffee, doing a lot of cool stuff around that. So, there's a lot of cool stuff happening in that zone. But if you are a team out there, you want to get yourself promoted, definitely hit us up on that, and we can help you out there with the best service on the Pulse Chain. All right, so that's kind of the play. Let's jump over to, we got the next Monster Thread coming out tomorrow, actually. Monster Thread number 45. That's 45 weeks. We're heading towards a year. We're not far away. Another 2 months, and we're at 1 year for the Monster Thread. Pretty exciting stuff, and a great contribution to the community there. All right, let's have a look at the charts on that one. So that is this tool. Let's go to the Richard Hart, see if we've got any updates. We're going to go back to the chart because the chart is moving higher. We're still in only the second hour, right? So, there we go. Woohoo! Off the press, guys. Ding-along, ding-ding. We got it. All right, so nice stuff happening there. Richard's post. ProveX is looking good. 1 million on USDC from Ethereum. 650K on wrapped ETH from Ethereum. So we're going to have to pick that pair up too. I haven't picked that pair up. 350 on USD Tether from Ethereum. And we've got 350K DAI from Ethereum there. So looking pretty good. So we're sitting at, what about $2.4 million on the liquidity there, bigger than Hex, interesting enough. So that is pretty cool. Let's repost it out. Awesome stuff. And I'm going to quote that actually. Fantastic. Fantastic. a launch for ProveX. Now, obviously, the market will go do its thing. Watching the launch live. Love. We got lots of love, but live. Right. Let's go and get him. I guess we'll go congrats, Richard. Right? Congrats, Richard. Why not? That's congrats, Richard. I guess. Bam. All right, and boom. There we go. So that is kind of cool. So that is hot off the press there, guys, from Richard. So yeah, ProveX is looking good. Yeah, pretty awesome stuff there. So going well there. So there we go. We're gonna have to pick up the other pair. Let's go have a look. Actually, we may already have had it, and I just haven't been covering it. But we're trying to do, a complete job, complete job here. Let's see what else. We got the ETH pair showing up. No, we haven't got the ETH pair showing up. I wonder where that is on here. It's not showing up on my radar. Not showing up on the radar there. So we got wrapped ETH. So ProveX wrapped ETH. We'll have another go. We'll have another go. We're going to do something we shouldn't do. We're going to do something we shouldn't do. We're going to do it live. Something we shouldn't do live. We got ProveX. ProveX. Let's do it. Let's see if manually. I don't know whether ETH's not showing up there. We're going to have to do. We have to do wrapped ETH. Is it wrapped ETH? Never do this. Never do this. We got 1,000. Yeah, no, it's not showing. Oh, there we go. Wrapped ETH from Ethereum. Sorry, that was my mistake there. So my bad. Wrapped ETH from Ethereum. I should have read that properly. Why has it got the PulseX thing on it? See that? That's weird, isn't it? I got the Pulse wrapped ETH. That's kind of weird. I don't know. Oh, it's on PulseX, I guess. PulseX was the ticker, I guess. Let's go to the minute chart. Guys, pretty damn violent on there, isn't it? Wrapped ETH. So that is the one there. Let's double check the contracts there. C3 OB11. That is ProveX. So it does look okay. Yeah, that looks okay. All right, so I think we're pretty happy with that. So we'll put that in the ProveX one there. So 666, so pretty big here. So we've got pretty significant liquidity moving on here. So pretty good. And so we've got that in March, and then we've got DAI and then USD Tether. So DAI and USD Tether. So USD Tether is slightly bigger, 367K. So yeah, we're looking. What do we say about 2.4 million? I think that was the mark. Pretty cool. Wow. All right. What else we can say about that? Mike memes looking good there. We got that. We got Tam in the house. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. We got Derek in there. Who else? So we got Benny Blanco. RH is the king. Bob Wells. So yeah, it's launched pretty strong. Now the question is where the market will be after the excitement of the launch. That's what we're kind of watching for there. We've got a lot of cool things here. We're in live streams here. We got Bro. We're just beginning. A live stream may not be that far away. What do you guys reckon? I mean, obviously we've got the red notice out there. I think that he's been dealing with that to some degree, but it could be pretty interesting. A live stream. You just got to string the bullish things together, get a bit of a sentiment uplift in the markets, and it's game on. So here we are with the ProveX pool. The biggest pool is USDC, 1 million. And that is sitting at 4 zeros, 8,500 right now. We have got a high, so that's cool. There's the minute chart, by the way, because we've only been around for an hour and 25 minutes, and we're at the market 108 million. This is significantly bigger than the market caps showing for Pulse Chain at 151 million. So there's an oddity going on here, and 146 million for PulseX. We got 26 million for Inc. and 200 million market cap for PHEX, excluding EX there. So that is kind of the play right now. What else are we going to say about that? I think that's kind of it. Total liquidity is sitting around 2.4 million. Let's go to let me pull this up on another chart. Actually, we'll do that. Pulse chain. Pulse chain. What was it? Pulse chain stats. pulse chain stats, and I'm going to pull this up here. Let's have a look here. We go. Let's go back to the chart, so not looking at nothing. And let me just pull up liquidity. So liquidity right now on Hex is 1.57 million. So here we are at about 2.4, right? So we add up Richard's liquidity that's on here. So we're at, the numbers change a little bit, but we're at let's say 2.4 million for argument's sake, right? We're probably around that zone right now, around 2.4 million. Well, the Hex liquidity is about 1.5, 1.6 million, so it's bigger than that. Pulse Hex liquidity is 4.7, so 2.4 is about 2/3 of that. We got Inked liquidity is 2.8, so it's just slightly smaller than the liquidity on Ink at right now, 2.8, and the Pulse liquidity is 4 million. So obviously we're around 2/3 of that or something. So Hex, it's actually got more liquidity than Hex. So yeah, we're getting a bit of profit taking here, 85 to 84. When will it top out? That's the question, right? So it's just Richard's just posted about it. So now we've got the Richard Hart effect as well. So that's going to run its course over the next 3, 6, 9, 12, 24 hours. So as more people see this, he's got a lot of heavyweight players, a lot of big investors, a lot of big founders, a lot of big influencers that follow and interact with Richard, whether they like him or not. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to see whether that has an effect on the chart. And of course, that's only just got out. What's that? 11 minutes ago. So the Richard Hart effect now could take place on the chart. So let's put that in here. What did we say? 10 minutes ago. So 10 minutes ago was all the way back. Hasn't had an impact yet, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this would be the Richard Hart effect, right? So we'll put a little text box in here, and we'll see what happens to the price after that. It's kind of interesting, right? Richard Hart X posts. And he could typically get, a couple 100,000 views minimum on this post. So if we actually have a look at Richard Hart's posts, 46,020, but this is a big post, right? So you're probably looking at a couple 100,000 views on this post. I'm just trying to look at the last big post. He had 110,000 on this ProveX one here, launching at zero value. But with the actual launch of this one, he could get a couple 100,000 on that. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Already in 10 minutes, he's at 4,000, and the Richard Hart effect in play. Now, you guys know, once Richard starts doing live streams on MG, I think, at the right time, I think he's going to really pick off the right time for that. And the only thing that I'm aware of, obviously, he's got a bit of the thing there. Buy the rumor and sell the news tweet. Buy the rumor and sell the news tweet. Yeah. I'll mail you some book. What are you mailing? What are you guys mailing? Some handkerchiefs. Fat Sam says calls holding up pretty good. They are indeed. You need some Voltaren and handkerchief for next weekend. Yeah, maybe it does. Where else? I think that's it. Yeah, kind of cool. Now, you guys, if you guys are watching right now, which there are hundreds of you, then don't forget to smash the subscribe button on YouTube. We're streaming on 3 YouTube channels. The Pulse Chain, we're streaming on Pulse Chain X, streaming on Superman Crypto, streaming on the Crypto Night Show, and we're streaming on X. So if you guys haven't followed on X, definitely give us a follow. Just scroll up to the top of the profile there, and give us a follow there. And let's see if we can get well over 1,500, heading on to 2,000 right now. So let us know about that. We've got a huge audience right now watching. Take the most of that. Now, if you haven't joined our strategy club, you want the best of intel. Maybe you're new to crypto. Maybe you're too busy. You want all the alpha drops. I'm talking about the secret source of Ethereum, Bitcoin, Pulse Chain, X1, Solana. You want all that good stuff. Jump into the Discord, or you can join up to the strategy club today. It's just over $1 a day, so really great value. And you can either hit the QR code there, join up through the Whoop store, and you'll get into the Discord. or you can find the links in the video description or pinned to the top of X there through the Whoop store, so you can join the strategy club today. If you want an alternative just to join the general Discord, that's $12.50 a month, so you've got two options there. So we'll look forward to seeing you in strategy club. And of course, the Kryptonite Show, the largest streamer in the Pulse Chain community, doing daily streams. In fact, we've been doing 2 or 3 streams since we got back from holiday and moving country and everything else. So it's fun times ahead, because look, this next 18 months is going to be super exciting. We've still got a few volatile things that are going to happen, like midterms and things, but actually it's going to be hyper bullish. We're going to have such a crazy awesome time in crypto. It's going to be so value creating, so exciting. Really, I think we are on that last little bit of bottom time there in terms of the market. Remember go back to the chart here, but remember that Tom Lee was talking about the bottom of the ETH chart being the 14th. Well, here we are. We're on the 14th now, right? So in the US. So pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. So yeah. Pretty exciting for that. Now, based on the Buckamentals price right now, just changing topic back to the PRVX, they're up. It looks like they're up, at 2.5x, 147% right now, based on what we got told. So 2.5x sitting there for people to take if they want. And we've got 2.4 million in liquidity, which puts it just behind the Inc token at 2.8 and ahead of the Hex liquidity on Pulse Chain, excluding eHex, of about 1.6 million. So, a pretty strong start with the ProveX stuff. It's definitely stablecoins and wrapped ETH. So wrapped ETH bridged in from Ethereum. That seems to be the play. So hopefully we'll see whether it attracts some capital, right? See if it attracts some capital there. We know we're seeing some rotation from some of the quality assets like Hex and Peacock. And PDC. It looks like there's been a bit of selling into that, possibly a bit of rotation into the ProveX speculation by a small set of players, I would suggest. Doesn't take much to move those markets. And so that's what we have now. Question is, will we get a rebound on those as buyers come in and say, hey, look, those come down so much, we're going to get into that because they got big roadmaps, right? All quality, top tier projects on Pulse Chain. And ProveX there is currently only still in the hype part, only an hour and a half so far on that, but we did get Richard Hart posting out, which was pretty damn exciting, right? I think we can all agree. We got that post 70 minutes ago. Pretty awesome. Already 4,500 views. I suggest it will probably get maybe 300,000 views in 24 hours. We'll keep a lookout for that. It is a lazy weekend. It's not a weekday. So we'll see how the weekend impacts that too. Fat Sammy says, buy the rumor and sell the news. Yeah, maybe. We got that Pulse says, what's ProveX price right now? Well, you can see that right now. It is at 8,085. The market cap is 103 million, which is above a lot of the Pulse Chain stuff, or not above, but it's actually pretty valuable. So it's about 2/3 of Pulse, about 2/3 of PulseX. It is 4 times bigger than Inc. And it's about half of Hex right now on Pulse Chain. So, that kind of gives you a good guide. We'll see whether the market takes that as a guide. Liquidity-wise, it's sitting between Hex and Inc, right, on the liquidity side. At Hex, Inc's about 2.6, and Hex is about 1.6, 1.7 million on the PHEX. So it's sitting in between that at about 2.4. Hex, get Hex. Hey, happy launch day. Well, were you up for it though? Was it slightly too early for you, or did you manage to get that get Hex? I think it was not too bad, but happy launch day indeed. So yeah, another clap for that. The 2.5x is get Hex. Well, if you're in the Buckamentals sacrifice, yeah, I mean they excluding OA, I believe they had the highest marginal price, being the top multiplier outside the OA. That price, I believe, is down here. I've been told at 32. Slightly there. Let me make that straight. Yeah, about 32. So that would be all the way up here. So that's all profit taking. Have you ever seen those those charts? That was all. We could fade that in. But we can, can't we? We can. Let me just change this just to give you an idea. We'll do an area chart. Yeah. That's awesome, mate. That's awesome. So we got that. Don't you love charts? Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Can we change the color? I guess we can too. visuals settings. Let's go to settings and let's change it to the green. I don't. The green's not a very nice green. I don't know what the fudge, but there's the place there. So kind of cool. I don't even let us change the fade. What? They've got to be able to change the fade, surely. The fill there. Is that the one? Maybe that's kind of it. I guess there's two colors to the fill, but so yeah, it seems to be pretty profitable. And the fade almost goes down to that mark of 32, which is quite nice. So there we go. In the money, it's all green. If it goes red, you guys know that I've changed the color. But that's where we are at the moment. 82.82, looking pretty good. We've got the Richard Hart post there, so we're going to get the Richard Hart effect. We're looking out for that. I assume there will be, right? We had the attempt to lose a zero would be up here. That would be 3 zeros, 1,000. The only thing about the market, so we got the speculation side of things, and then we got the fundamentals, right? So the fundamentals that technology's got to still roll out. We've still got to get the disintermediation and adoption. It would certainly want some sort of exponential growth to underpin the value of a token. I mean, that's all stuff in the future. We're going to have some early adopters like Liberty Swap for sure. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, frontier technology as well. We'll keep a lookout. GetX says, just claimed about 2 hours ago. I had a big night last night, right? Did you go through the Buckamentals one? You have to claim. I thought they just distributed, but let us know. Because that distribution was done 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago. It was just sitting in people's wallet. People couldn't sell it, or I think it was. Okay. Very good. You had a late night last night. That's a nice one, GetX. Well done. All right, so I have to drink, because otherwise you get dry throat and you can't talk properly. I've already been talking for an hour and 50 minutes on this long live stream. All right, so that's kind of the play there. 1.57 million. We're at about 2.4 million for liquidity. Let's go through some of the peers right now. The last update we had from Richard was 21 minutes ago. It was kind of cool. Let's have a look and see if we got some reactions. I'll do the refresh and then we'll get into the charts themselves and have a look at the price. The price is around 8,200 at the moment. Richard posted this out, and we got thanks for the free coins, says Matty Allen. Just asked Mike doing the meme coins there, and we've got Richard and is that Sweeney Todd or whatever her name is? We got Sweeney Todd in there. We got Tam, one of the big female influencers, does X Spaces, I think, and well done. We got Brandon, obviously big Pulse-Chain influencer, Titan X influencer, developer now, really mostly a developer now, and a lot of stuff there, although has been on some streams. So everyone's liking that. What else? Who else has jumped in there? Derek. Got a lot of people with the money bags. This is what crypto loves, right? And these big launches like this. Taylor Kennedy in house. Mr. ProveX there. Yeah, lots of cool stuff happening at the moment. Damn AI, right? Damn AI. That's pretty awesome. Charts are looking sexy. That's great. All right, very cool. Very, very funny. I'm going to have to respond to that. Very funny. Covered, was it? Covered. I got to write properly, right? Covered on a live show. All right, so that was pretty funny. That is classic. Very cool. That's so realistic, damn it, isn't it? It's so damn realistic, that one. Definitely getting up there. PRVX looking good here. I don't know what that was. He drinking or something? No, something like that. Middle X, maybe it's the position he was holding. Congrats to everybody. Solid drop for ProveX. Cost stables and ETH. Pulse-Chain perps, Dex on the chain there. Stack wisely. Daniel there. I bet you're looking good, mister. People asking for live streams, obviously. Stuff like that. And we'll come back to that, but here's the price right now. Looks like the Buckamentals sacrifice, probably the marginal price for sacrifices is well in the money, about 2.5x, which is pretty cool. We got the RX post. They're potentially pushing this price even higher over the next 24 hours. We'll keep a lookout and see what the Richard effect can do. We get maybe 200,000-300,000 views, maybe more. I mean, it's possible we could get more. Richard has touched 1 million plus views before. The target there to lose a zero would be 0001, which is still a little bit ahead of us. It's about 23% move. We have got pretty close to that at the beginning on the early speculators, and that was at about 9% to the top from there. The Buccamentals sacrifice team marginal price there about a 2.5x return at the moment, based on what I was told that the price was 3,200 from those that participated. And let's have a look at the pools. We've got 1 million in the main pool with USDC. We got 660k with wrapped ETH there at the moment. And what's that? They're showing at $2,100 per 25 million ProveX there based on that. The USD Tether pool is at 359,000. It's ticking away there as well on the minute chart. We've got the minute chart because it's only been around for about an hour and a half. This was the last pool, I believe, to launch. Yeah, I think an hour and a half there was this. Yeah, no, the wrapped ETH was the last pool to move, launch an hour and 17 minutes. And then we've got the USD, the DAI pool, 357,000 ticking away there as well. Total market cap, we go back to the main pair. So we're sitting about 2.4 mil on the liquidity there, and the market cap about 105 mil. Which places that about 2/3 of Pulse and PulseX market caps respectively, but about four times Ink token, and about just over half of the Hex on PHEX there market cap. So is that about right? Obviously, we're in a speculative phase, particularly. Got to wait till it sort of settles down. That probably won't be. Could be a couple of days before that actually happens. But at the moment, it's looking pretty stable. But once again, if someone decides to capture this value here, just a couple of key players, maybe from the ProveX, from the Buccamentals ProveX sacrifice pool, that was the biggest retail pool, the number one outside the OA. I think it was number one. Then that would all be captured there. So and then the price would come down, right? So we'll keep a lookout and see what happens. And what about Buccamentals itself? Got free coins, right? So is he going to capture some of that value? Plenty of value there to capture as a certainty, or are people waiting for a breakout? A 5-10x move. We already had a big move from the opening, right? So the opening there, opening up at around 38.50. In fact, if we go back to the old pool here, let's go back to this thing. We had an open of 4038, which just above the Buccamentals by this count. So we're already up pretty well from there. We're already up 170%, so 2.1x. But are we going to get a breakaway? Are we going to get some sort of hyper move, which crashes later on? But maybe we get a 5x plus. That would be a 500 million market cap, remember, which would put it well ahead of all of the market caps here. In fact, it would be 300 million as a PulseX based on GoPulse numbers, plus a 200 million. That would be half $500 million. So if it did do a 5x from here, then that would mean that it's more valuable than PulseX and Hex. So. But it's crypto, man. It's crypto. It might not last very long, but it's there. Is this about right? Is this 100 million market cap right? Is this about right? Or do you think it's lower, like I was suggesting before, 40, 60 million market cap, until the technology launches and gets some sort of exponential growth, get some fundamentals? Or does that not really matter? It's just perception and sentiment, and it holds up at a decent market cap at 100 mil or something. But definitely, I think it's like 60 million is kind of the play for me. If I was going to value it, I'd be 40 to 60 mil, somewhere in there, which would still be above above this price down here of 32. Gedex says, "Don't jinx us, man." Hey, look, I have no influence on the market whatsoever. I have no influence on the market. The Pulse, where can I buy it? Says the Pulse. You can buy it on PulseX or the DEX Agos. I think you buy it on Switch. So yeah, that's a good question. Let's go through that a little bit. But we already know that it's got a lot of support from Brandon. Brandon is the guy that founded Switch. So you can buy it on Switch here. So you can buy it on here, Switch. You can buy it on Pateas, the big DEX aggregator. Switch is a DEX aggregator. You can buy it on the DEXs like PulseX. I don't know about 9mm, which is the second biggest DEX. But definitely that. You can buy it on Liberty Swap as well on ProveX. No, on LibertyX, I should say. So there are a couple of, all the main providers are supporting it. Internet Money, I think the wallet is supporting it, so I think you can buy it there too. So there's really nothing stopping you there at the moment. Just launched the app there. That was a website picture, and I was trying to click it. That's hilarious, but I'm live streaming, so it's a little bit different there. So we'll put it in PRVX. Now, normally you'd put the contract in as well, just trying to quickly see whether it's been preloaded. I thought it had been preloaded on here. But let's take the token. We're up to 83. We're at 84, guys. We're moving up. Are we going to get the Richard Hart effect here and the new launch effect? That's a question. Let's push this in here and see whether it pops up. It's going to show up. It's not showing up that I can see, but I was pretty sure they were supporting it out of the gate. I thought sure they were pushing. Let's see. We're up to stable IPs. Been talking about this as well. I was pretty sure they were ProveX's contract has been added. The Richard Hart, switch. So we've got PRVX there. I didn't see that on there. So I'm on the wrong chain. I'm on Ethereum. Yeah. Maybe I have to go to Pulse chain, do I? Pulse, ProveX. Is it there and I'm not seeing it? Yeah, I don't see it there. I'm not sure. Is it because I'm on the wrong chain? Yeah, let's go to the Pulse chain. PRVX. I thought it was already preloaded. What the heck? We've got Pulse there. Let's add it in manually anyway. It's supposed to be. It showed up as there, but not showing on my connection here. ProveX. So there it is there. Okay, so there it is. So I know you put in it's $1,000 worth. So let's say what's 100 million Pulse? That's $992. Apparently it's going to be $974. Now I haven't connected the wallet, but that's getting and indicating that I'd get 11.6 million PRVX at that price. So does that make sense? I don't know. Let's go have a look. Let's go have a look here. Let's put in. I don't know. What did we say was the price? $992. So $992. 11.7 million. 11 million. It's less than that on here. Maybe it's a slippage issue there. Slippage takes into account. 992, obviously the same thing there. So that gives you a bit of an idea. But Switch is definitely one of them. Patias will be one. Liberty X will be one. We can buy it. And then PulseX you'll be able to buy it too just by pasting the contract in. There are plenty of places, pretty much all the main providers on Pulse Chain. Hope that helps. Hope that helps. All right, so there we go. That was supported there, but good question. So we'll jump away from that. Switch.win. All right. Now, if you do hit it on here, if you use the links, default links, let's see where the default links are that Richard set up. PulseX. So PulseX is the default link, so you can buy it on PulseX, guys, just by accepting it and buying it. So there we go. You just have to click the trade PRVX, and we'll go to PulseX. PulseX is a DEX, so you're not getting DEX aggregation per se, or you are actually getting DEX aggregation on Pulse Chain, but just on PulseX. But it's probably not much different from the others, is my guess. But you go check it out where the DEX aggregators are getting a better rate on the pools. But PulseX does already do that across a lot of the pools anyway. All right. What else? I think that's it. All right. So I did post the contracts up here somewhere, didn't I? Let me see on here. We're up to 2 hours on the live stream, so we've probably got exclusive coverage on this, guys. We've covered every single element from what I can tell. But let's go through and see whether any of the influences there. We're up to 107 million market cap. Will the Richard Hart effect make a rise later on? Will some market makers come in? Let's see. People are going to say, well, actually, this market cap's pretty decent versus the Pulse and PulseX ones. Will they say the market's too high later on? And say, hey, look, maybe it's 40 to 60 million is the right zone, maybe 60 million. And if we look at the market cap on here, 60 million would be all the way down here, right? So it would be around about here, and maybe they think that that's about right. So maybe 75 is right, maybe 75. Maybe it's 3 times the ink market. Ink market's not, that valuable to me unless certain things happen in the future around the Master Chef contract. Or farm pools, but there's obviously the market has decided that ink is worthy of being around 46 cents at the moment under bearish conditions. There are applications you can use ink token, like ink printer with the liquidity fork. So there are third-party applications which are significant. So I don't want to take away from that, and a lot of other farms and pools like Emmett Farm and places like that. So there are a lot of third-party places you can DeFi ink token. So I don't want to be too. Hertz says it's almost my sack rate, says Hertz. Oh, that's interesting, actually. That's interesting there. That's almost your sack rate on that. All right, so let's jump away into the price here. And we're having a good time. What a great launch, eh? What a great launch. I think everyone's been pretty impressed with it. And you just never know. You just never know how much better it could get, right? You just never know on that. That's good. All right, so we're up to pretty awesome stuff here. Almost 8,400 here. We've had the peak market price so far of 9,040. No, 9,219 actually. And that was only minutes into it. So not many minutes. This is the first pair that launched. And we got the highest price in 11 minutes. So the highest price was in 11 minutes of the launching. So it's a decent amount of time. We were watching it essentially from the beginning. I think if you go back to the beginning of the video, I think we essentially caught it at the beginning, and maybe third minute in or something. Can't remember. It's pretty quick. We certainly watched a lot of this action here at the beginning. The true volatility. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Then a slow ride up here. We got Hex. Richard Hart finally posting. Took Richard Hart from the launch of the pool. Took Richard Hart 79 minutes or an hour and 19 minutes to actually do an expo. So that's how long it took. And it's been since that time. It has been 35 minutes since that time, and we have not yet had a Richard Hart effect, unless you assume that Richard Hart effect is holding the price up where it is. We are looking for a rollover at some stage, but we're only still in the second hour, just about ending the second hour, an hour and 53 minutes. The chart is struggling to get a higher low, but the problem is we just don't know what the RH effect will be over a longer period, few hours to 24 hours, and whether there's any other things happening. So, some of the things, of course, Fat Sammy pointed out was, do we get stuff over the bridge? Well, we hadn't seen it up to this point. In fact, I'm going to have a quick look at the bridge on Telegram and see whether we've had anything else significant coming over the bridge since that time. We had a little bit of money coming over, not huge, 7K net. I'm talking about net numbers here. Had a little bit of money coming over. We had 31K leave not too long ago. It was about 40 minutes ago. We had some more money leave as well. So we had the last hour snapshot, which was about 40 minutes ago. We had a net loss of about 23,000 something. We had some more money leave over the last hour. So that's we've had a bit more money leave, another 50K or so leave. So not a lot of money coming over. So that argument not really happening. We do have a lot of stables on PulseChain, but they're not flowing in here particularly. We haven't really seen a lot of change liquidity outside the pool, so we're still sitting about 2.4 million. Richard Hart could move the chart. I think that's probably unlikely. He's kind of provided liquidity, let it see it's happen, but he may do something later, maybe in a couple of days' time. That's possibly a possibility. We don't, we'll see what happens. Certainly wants to make this maybe a beacon on the PulseChain, so make this the hot thing and hopefully attract capital to come over the bridge. So we may see that bridge activity and some of the stable coins that are idle come into play on the PulseChain cores and ProveX. That would be something that might happen over the next couple of days to week. We'll see. It could just float around for a few weeks and then take off, right? So that's the other side of it. We've got a couple of scenarios there. And at the moment we've got the Richard Hart effect and a bit of FOMO. So we'll see. But it is rolling over a little bit on this chart. You can see we've got we had higher highs. We had 3 higher highs here. After the volatility, we had 3 higher highs on the minute chart. We had higher lows, but now we're struggling to have higher highs here. So, we got a higher low compared to here. We did have a higher high, so that was positive, but now we're really breaking down below that lower high there. So we're actually looking like a rollover a little bit happening here, right? So that is kind of where we are, 8,000 right now. So still early days. We're still in that first 2 hours, but we are getting a bit of a rollover here. but still early in the longer times game. So we'll see. What else? Yeah, we've got 102 million. I still think that the market cap should be down towards, let's be friendly, and let's say somewhere between 60, 75 mil. We're at the moment, we're 102. Is it 102? Is it worth half a hex at the moment without the technology out there? I don't think so myself. So that's the way I look at it. But once again, the market will decide. Let's see what else there. We got Crypto Dan and how so. What's happening with the tokens? Is there an airdrop happening? No, Crypto Dan. About 2 days ago, the distribution for ProveX, if you sacrifice, was distributed to wallets. I don't think you could sell it at all, but you had them in your wallet. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. LP pools weren't able to set up. I think there was some of the case too. And then we had, a day ago, we had a rogue LP thing set up, which caused a bit of drama. But your token should be in your wallets. And if you're a part of the Buckamentals sacrifice, then I think there was some sort of distribution that went pretty seamlessly. So should have the tokens in your wallet there. Just add the contract maybe. GetHex says, what is a better alternative to GoPulse for portfolio tracking? There's a lot of alternatives. GetHex. I would say Portfolio, Pulsefolio, Pulse Chain Stats Portfolio. Those two are probably good ones. There's others as well. There's quite a few options. Pulse Chain Stats Portfolio is pretty good. Yeah. Hex Scout's still pretty good. Hex Scout. So yeah, these track a lot. So there's 3 good options right there. Rob Star Global now says, I'm not pressed. Still down at least 25% from pre-launch, and all core holdings crashed at least 10% upon launch. I don't know if they crashed 10%. They were definitely down a few percent there. I mean, look, Pulse is definitely down. We just broke the 0 again. So that's definitely, yeah, so you're about right on the Pulse chain there. PulseX hasn't been too bad, although it's just started, just 24 hours. So the 24-hour base price, is a lot higher. We've come off that FOMO little run that we had. So we're down 4% now, but it's still not too bad. Ink Token only down a fraction there of a percent. Hex is really getting hurt here. Hex is down 11%, and it's busted through 0.2 of a penny after the little run. Remember, it had a run to 2,200, 2,300 of a penny. I think it was 2,300, and it's down now at 18.17. So Hex getting there a bit of hit. And EHEX getting particularly hit, guys. EHEX is down at 00066, which I think is a pretty tasty pickup zone. Once again, not financial advice. Now let's go look at the I actually think the launch has been pretty good though, Rob. I know that we're getting a bit of a pickup here. It really has to beat out 8,600, so we'll keep a lookout for that. It needs to not roll over, right? So it does kind of have a little bit of rollover here, but it's still early days. RH just posted, and so there's probably a lot of eyes, to come on it. And all you need is a couple of market makers out of those followers, and he has some pretty big followers, like I say. And we could see a break up there. So we'll keep a lookout. I still think that I would have market cap flattened out at about 60 to 75 mil. The market's at 104 now, and will someone break it to the upside? We'll see. But it's still at 2.5x or so in this chart from the sacrifice pool, the Buckamentals, which had arguably the best price with the multiplier, and therefore the marginal price for cost is the way to look at it. So there's still 2.5x in the money by my accounts. Some people apparently are still slightly out of the money there, so I don't know. Seems a bit disconnected from the multiplier bonus. All right, so let's quickly go to the charts here. Let's see if we get any action on the hourly. Ink Token is recovering a little bit on the hourly. Top Hat recovering. SCADA recovering a little bit on the hourly. These were sold down a bit, right, with a bit of rotation. Peacock there recovering a little bit on the hour, 2%. So we are seeing a little bit of recovery from some of the ones that got rotated. These ones that were relatively better performers. So they're covering a little bit there. But on the 24-hour, if we're looking at the worst performers, then some of those are still down. If investors down quite a bit, this all got hit 25% or so. Peacock got a little bit hit, but Peacock was expected to. It had broken down through some moving averages as well, and it's profitable, right? So a lot of that profit's been eaten into now. It's down 40%. So good chance we might see a rebound there. Although 1440 was what I had the target potentially that it could hit. So it's still early days, and we could see that happen still. But at the moment, it is one of the rebound tokens. and there are big buyers for projects that have big roadmaps, which Liberty Swap Peacock has, right? All right, so we're getting that rollover. It's definitely it's getting hurt here, so getting a bit of rollover here. So we're going to see. It's going to be interesting. Rollover and charts are typically when they start crashing to the downside, right? So, but it's like say it's hard with this because your Richard Hart's X post is out, and we've got a whole 24-hour play out. But the first few hours normally are pretty telling. Later in the day, though, with the Richard Hart thing, maybe we just get someone that decides to push it back up again. After a rollover, they let it go, they punch it back up, and then when FOMOs again, it's like a rinse and repeat. So it's a little bit different from some tokens because normally tokens don't have Richard Hart involved. They don't have the ProveX technology involved. They're just a token that people launched on Pumptize or something. What else? Let us know in the chat there, folks. Now, we've got a huge community watching right now. I really do appreciate the support. If you love the Kryptonite Show is the largest pulse chain influencer that does daily shows. We're back to normal, regulated broadcasts. In fact, I've been doing 2 or 3. If you love getting all the alpha on Bitcoin, Ethereum, which is very important, I cannot understate how important that is. We've been dropping that on this channel, particularly around the treasuries and the structural mechanisms attacking the private credit market. These are transformative for crypto and the future ahead. We've also been covering Pulse Chain every day, covering the top 100 trending coins. So we could do pretty much know most of the tokens and deep dive into that. Also, we'll be covering X1 Chain and Solana moving forward quite a bit. So look forward to that. Those are the SVM chains. And we might do a little bit around Chainlink and things like that. Also, some of the information chains that are going to get repriced by the market. So we're going to keep a lookout on that. Oh, here is the rollover happening, right? 78.70. You can see that kind of in the chart. I mean, there's only the minute chart, so just take note of that. But it is a little bit telling that we're getting lower lows and we're actually breaking down now all these previous ones. We had all these higher lows, even on the minute chart. We get a bit of rollover here. Now, obviously, on the hourly chart, we're only on the 3rd hour, right? So we're only on 3rd hour. So it's still a pretty early time. The Richard Hart effect is happening here. I personally myself think that it should probably be, if I'm being generous, between 60, 75 mil. We're at 100 mil now, so that would clear out, maybe 40 mil, 25 mil. We'll see whether the market agrees with me. And of course, if there's the cost price is still in the money on that, then the market may disagree with me, right? And try, if the people aren't going to sell, then I'm not going to sell until I go 3 to 5x. But you only need a few sellers, right? So that's the thing. At the moment, it's definitely rolling over there on the minute chart. But like I say, it's still not a long enough time frame with the launch happening here. So let's have a look. What happened to my? Oh, there's the cost price apparently 3,200. So I'm taking that as verbatim. That was given to me by people that participated in that. That I trust their comments. Hopefully the math is good too. But that's still 144%. So still well in the money, 2.4x. So what might that come down to? That's the question, right? So we'll see. If it comes down here, then you're not going to have many people selling, right? And so it's definitely people. If this is the best price, you're not going to have a lot of people selling in here. Too much if it gets down to here, right down here somewhere here. So at the moment, 144. Market cap. Market cap would be 48 million at the open. So 48 million. I definitely think it'll probably do better than that. I mean, it can come back to that because it's still in the money for people. I don't think people are going to sell too much at that level. That's all. So that's why I'm saying 60 to 75, which would be to here, right? So that's why I think people aren't going to sell for a little profit, are they? Generally speaking, even unless they suddenly need the money. But I kind of feel this zone here is probably a place where it could settle for a while, and so we'll keep a lookout for that. Rob says, no, I didn't trust sacrificing with others, so no multiplier for me, says Rob. Fair enough. Not your keys, not your coins, right? Not your keys, not your coins. So we're just broken through 100 million again. We've got huge numbers of people watching at the moment, so appreciate that. Once again, if you're loving this coverage, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. We're streaming, obviously, on 3 YouTube channels. I say obviously because I've said it before already. We're going to go back to, should we go back to the 5-minute chart? We've been on the minute chart. Should we do 5? There's a 5-minute chart right now. You can see a rollover there happening on the 5 minutes. Well, like, obviously, we're still early, right? Still early, but definitely on these short time frames, a bit of rollover here. We'll see what happens moving forward there. I'm on market cap too. We'll go back to price. We have got, if you're new, we have got 3 stablecoin pools. The stables and ETH have been the play, not Pulse Chain cores. So this stables and ETH were, of course, the preferred sacrifice assets, but these are all on Pulse Chain. So that value is, remember, was mostly raised on Ethereum, is now sitting on Pulse Chain. So that's kind of cool. Now, I don't know what's going through LibertyX. Is anything going through LibertyX that's coming out this other side too? That's could be a secret way of bridging stuff to some degree, but nothing over the official bridge, which is kind of the main obvious play there. So we haven't really seen too much. Yesterday we saw about 300,000 or so, but I think one of those was a trader. So we'll keep a lookout. But at the moment, we're rolling over a little bit here. We're at 7,800. Let's see if we get much fight back. Will we get much of a Richard Hart ex-post effect? Obviously, he's got a lot of people watching him, and so on. But certainly, there's a 2.5x there from the looks of it for the best sack price at the moment. And of course, there's people with less sack price. Some people saying that they're still out of the money on their sack. So about another 25% or so. Who said that up here? Somebody did. Somebody did. So what there was, I think there are about 7,500 accounts that hold the token. Let's go have a look at that. Actually, we haven't done that, so let's go have a look at the holders. This is the first time we've looked at the holders, so let's go do it. Citizen Rider says Turtles. Turtles are happy Pulse Chain is helping the environment. That's what the Citizen Rider says. It is helping the environment with the proof of stake. So we've got 9,445 holders right now. I think we started off at 7,500. So it looks like we're up almost 2,000. But obviously a lot of trading wallets and bot wallets and things possibly. But we're up a couple thousand, 2,000 there almost. So pretty cool. We've got 1.3 trillion, just under 1.3. Well, let's be accurate here. We've got 1,272,000,000,000 tokens. The biggest wallet here, the biggest wallets here with percentages, 0.5% or so. We've got obviously a lot of the OA wallets probably holding all of these bags. I'm not sure how they were split up. So probably all split up just like we normally see with Richard Hart tokens. Split up across multiple wallets, and they're all like 2 billion tokens in each of them, so it looks very OA. And then of course the Buckamentals one had about what was it, about 1.2 billion? How much was in that? 1.2. I can't remember the number, wasn't it? But it was there. Let's go look at Buckamentals, shall we? First we'll do that. Let's go look at Richard Hart, and we'll do see if he's got any more posts. No more posts there. Let's see if he's got any more alpha comments though before we go have a look at Buckamentals. The number one Pulse Chain sacrifice there. Yeah, just trying to see. No, can't see too many others that are talk about. So let's go to Buckamentals. I'm trying to think. Hopefully it will come up. Buckamentals. Buckament. I used to have it on the save, but I don't remember what it is now. ProveX, was it ProveX sack pool or something? ProveX sack pool. Can't remember exactly. If you guys got the link, let me know, and I'll go hunt them down. I can't see it straight off the bat. Let's see. We got who else? Who else would be pretty interesting? Somi must have talked a bit about it by now. So let's have a quick look at Somi. We'll have a look at Crypto Coffee first. He's been pretty onto it. So nothing from him. So he's not onto it today. It's a weekend, so he's probably out having some fun. Somi, he's normally here every day, but he's not been commenting on it that much. Yeah, an hour ago. Nothing on ProveX. I'm not sure what's happening there. He's talking about everything else, but nothing on ProveX. He must be busy too. He must be busy. I'm sure he'll come back and make some comments there. Maddie Allen apparently is with some Pulse Chain influencers in some sort of space right now. I'm not sure what that is, but he posted the ProveX token there. Let's have a look on the X there and see whether we got. Let's see, we've got some stuff there. So we've got Maddie Allen. He's in there at the moment. They got 258 people, I guess, watching that. Crypto Night show there. We're sitting on over 700 people watching at the moment. How much is that? 700, over 700. And let's have a look here. Who's in that show? Who's in that show right now? We got the Panos in there, KR. These are all X-Space guys. Giga, the trader, X-Space guy. Maddie Allen, MGC, Tangents in there, trader guy. All the trader bros are in here right now, so they're probably having a good time about that. Famous, yeah, a lot of trader bros in there. How about that? So that X space is on right now. Very cool, very cool. All right, so let's jump back to the price here. Oh, the rollover. Oh my god. Okay, let's not go too crazy. But yeah, that rollover was happening, right? So we talked about that, and even on the minute chart, it was looking ominous with the higher lows. That was the first clue, right? We had these higher lows, high highs, and then we started showing weakness, right? The only question is because this is a still short time frame, and so we could always have a rebound given the fact we've got hourly charts. You move from minutes to hours, right? So take that into account. But we did get collapsed there from 78 down to 69, bringing the market down to 87. I still think the market cap should be around 60 to 75 mil until the technology comes out and stops rolling out and all that sort of stuff. And then we want to see some sort of exponential adoption and some decent amount of fee paying and burning. Remember, it's going to be deflationary like PulseX. And so those are some of my thoughts about that. The other thing I'd like to see is Richard's cleverly done a lot of sacrifice on Ethereum and put the LP pools on Pulse Chain. So that's kind of the key stuff. The question is, will we see more capital come over the Pulse Chain to pick up ProveX and the Pulse Chain cores? And also, will we see any God mode candles? So the sort of things that we might see. You know, we could. I don't think we're going to see it now, but maybe later on in the week or in a couple of weeks' time, we'll keep a look out for that. Rob says 1 million PRVX costed about $100 pre-launch. So there we go, $100 pre-launch for 1 million. So if we put the 1 million in, 1 million, that's about $70. So we're out of the money by $30 based on Rob's numbers there. Nice one there, Rob. All right, so pretty cool. So that's where we are right now. 4070 7100 on the old ProveX there. We've got some pretty good analysis here. So if you're in the best price there, you're still up probably 2.5x based on what I got told at 3200. So assuming that's correct, that is still well in the money, but people aren't selling so much. We did get some big volume selling here though, so that would have been across the pools, no doubt, on that one. Yes, across the pools. And look at that, boom, 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 boom. Look at that, big volume there. Well, relatively big volume, right, relative to the pools. So definitely some exiting there. Looks like maybe 100K or something, right? Maybe 100K if we add up all those pools. So what's 13? It's like 30. I'm just going to add them up gross, 30, 50, 50, 60, 70. 70, well, that's even bigger, right? So 70, that's another 70. So, maybe 140, 150K was pulled out of that, out of those two little minute candles there. So that's, 150 out of 2.4 million or whatever it was. So that's dragged the price down. Market cap lost $100 million in value with that marginal price change, and but we're still up 89% on the thing. Now from the opening price, right? The opening price was 37, and we're at 7200. Getting a little bit of rebound here off that little big sell, but that rollover was looking ominous. We talked about that, and then bam, we come back, and there it had played out. Right. Question is, does it play out again and again, and we head up down towards my friendly market cap of 60 to 75 mil. We're currently at 91 mil at the moment. And how's my reference for that market? Well, just referencing of Pulse and PulseX and X, right? Just the other Richard Hart cores, and the fact that technology needs to roll out and get exponential growth and burning, all that stuff still to play out. And that's more of something that will happen down the track. We don't know the timeline as far as I know on that. What else? So that's pretty much it. We've looked for some of the top influencers. They are definitely, we've got a lot of traders in there with Matty Allen in the old chat there. But we also got Clout Clocks there has also got small little X space going on there as well. All right, so that is some of the stuff happening right now. Where the price is at 7,200. We're currently in the third hour now, so 2 hours and 15 minutes as long as it's been trading. We've been covering it from the beginning, so this is becoming an archive stream now. I'm not sure aware of anyone else streaming on it. And on X, we're also number one there by about 3x. So I appreciate all the support from everybody. I hope you guys have been enjoying the content. Now, as you guys know, I'm covering Pulse Chain every day and have been for, including Hex for over 6 years. So if you guys want to, follow the largest daily streamer on that, then definitely smash the subscribe, hit the bell for future videos, and of course, follow on X. That helps a lot. So if you want to go up to the top of X there and hit the follow button, they're really helpful. And let's build up this channel. I'm having to rebuild it, as you guys know, and it's all about the community at the end of the day. Get into the comments there. We're up to 2.5 hours on the live. We're probably going to go for another 30 minutes. That would be a 3-hour stream, which is pretty massive. And then we'll wrap it up there at about 3 hours. So another 30 minutes. Share the channel around. We've still got quite a bit of time to go. ProveX at the moment sitting at 72, market cap at about at 91 mil. And we were holding around 100 mil for quite a while. I mean, in the minute chart, still early days, only in the third hour, just started. So we've still got a long way to go. 24-hour kind of that first view, first couple hours, first 3-4 hours, then the first 24 hours, and then the days ahead in the first week going to be very telling on where we find a market price. And then once we have a lot of sellers in the early first couple of days, let's say three to 5 days, then we can find some sort of market price. Then confidence can come in, and then maybe a market maker starts speculating on it. And then it'll also be around what Richard signals in terms of technology rollout. That could be something that'd be interesting as well. That being said, there are competing projects on Pulse Chain that are pretty top tier. Some of those are being rotated a lot. We could see them rotate back into that value as well. Thinking about some of the top tiers like PDC, Peacock, and Liberty Swap, but they've got lots of protocols, lots of actions happening right now in the market. So there is going to be that competition too. So lots of cool things. Richard's got lots of money to play with, so never know. We might get God mode candle within a couple of weeks. Let's see what happens there. He's certainly going to let the weekends play out. That's Richard's play, right? Let all the weekends play out on that. So take note. All right, let's see whether Richard's got another post on the old Richard Hart. So let's see that right now. We've got that's the last update. We've had 12,000 views on that so far, and that's ticking away. So not bad. So we'll see. The run rate, obviously, run rates can change, but that's an hour ago. So 13,000. So 13,000 times 24. 13 times 24. If it assumes it keeps the run rate up, that'd be 300,000, which was kind of the top end of what I said that we might get with this post. And that could bring, he's got a lot of founders, a lot of wealthy investors, a lot of market makers that follow Richard, and that could have an effect on the chart. We'll see. Obviously, Richard's not streaming like he used to, so doesn't have that streaming impact, which is huge, as everybody knows. And when he does come back to streaming, man, it's game on, right? The bull market's about to begin. I think, for at least for Pulse Chain, when he gets on. But I actually think, crypto is going to have such a super duper run. It's going to be mega crazy, and we're just in that stupid phase where people can accumulate for cheap value right now. So, that's kind of where we are. So 7,200 right now, 91 million market cap. We've got, let's add up the liquidity. We're still pretty similar liquidity. I know we just probably got routed 150,000 or something, but we're still holding up pretty well there at 1.6, 1.9, 2.2. So let's say 2.3 mil. So slightly down, maybe about from that seller there exiting. Now let's go have a look at the trades. I just want to quickly look at that. And we'll just pull up the trades greater than 5K. And that's sort of some of the carnage we had at the prices. So, yeah, some of the prices we had over the last wee while. In fact, it was just only that last 9 minutes ago, right? And we had a couple of wallets there selling in there. Just have a look at the amounts. A couple of key wallets there selling quite large amounts of PRVX, over 100 million PRVX, 200 million PRVX. And of course, across the pools was, probably 500 million PRVX, that sort of stuff. So multiple wallets there. All right, that was cool. We had that rollover played out. Isn't that funny? I was commentating on it. I go, oh, that's not looking good. The rollover, and then bam. How about that? Isn't that funny? It's what happens when you spend enough time in the crypto market. Watch charts roll over all the time. But just a little bit of idea. These are minute candles, so just take note. We're in the short time frame of the launch. We had a lot of hype and volatility. We then had higher lows, start to get some proper structure, chart structure here on the minute candles. We had higher lows. Then it started to really struggle. We had Richard Hart, and so Richard Hart effect. I think the Richard Hart effect will take time, like in the hours ahead over the first day, particularly over the first sort of 12 hours. Particularly through the US time tonight, so maybe let's say 12 to 18, and then but then we started having this lower highs. This is the rollover, right? So the rollover started happening, and then eventually we had a profit taker go, hey, look, I see the start rolling over. I'm going to take my profits, and bam, down they did, and maybe have taken out, amongst all those wallets, taken out at maybe around 150k or something. That's just my quick addition there. But we're getting a little bit of bounce back at 68, but very weak, right? Look at this, very weak, very low volumes, even on this main peer. So we'll just have to wait and see where it lands. Market cap, we came off that 100 million. We're sitting around 100 million, 105 million. Come off that. Had a big thick candle here, 85,000 just on the main ball for that 5 minute period. These are 5 minute candles now, and we've sit at 92. I just kind of feel like 60 to 65 mil is a generous market cap, and that's possibly where it might lie and still be fairly profitable for the top sacrificer team, the Buckamentals one. I think it was called the PRVX pool, was it? Yeah, and so that's kind of where I feel we might land. Albeit some market make coming. I don't know if Richard's going to come in this early to do anything. It might be further down in the weeks ahead, maybe in the next few days, possibly, if he wants to, get things moving, make it look exciting, and everyone's excited. But apart from that, I kind of feel like he doesn't want to give too much X's straight out of the gates, and let the market decide. That's kind of the main play, and that's we've got these stable coins. He just doesn't want to get people all the stable coins back, right? So not expecting that at this stage. You make it excitement later when you've got a bit more structure, a bit more market confidence and support in the charts. So that is the price. So yeah, pretty much rolled over, and that was hilarious. Not hilarious not hilarious for people that are wanting to pump, but hilarious in the fact that it rolled over. So it's kind of play. All right, so let's see where it goes. There's all the minute charts right now. We've got 4 main pools. Let's see the pulse chain charts, see how they're doing. We're going to refresh the base price. So, hey, look, we're down 4.4% at the moment, 24 hours, but the base price 24 hours was still back over 4 zeros again. Thank goodness for that. We really do want, I think, at some stage, you got to want the pulse price to start moving on the mega uptrend. It's wonderful, the redistribution. I mean, we're 10x lower. And so, you can buy a billion pulse now for what's it, $10,000, what would normally have cost you something like I think it was 85,000 with the multiplier. So now you're sitting on the opportunity of getting all that stuff got redistributed into the pool and dumped down, right? So they took the money out, just a certain amount of players, and they dragged the price down, and now you get the chance to pick up potentially the same amount as what it would have cost someone to get $85,000 worth of pulse. You can now buy for 10,000 or something. So pretty crazy. Maybe it's 12,000. I can't remember the price, but it's 10,000. I think it is. Yeah, 10. PulseX, of course, you can buy way more. Obviously, they're even way more on that because it's down at 5076. Ink token there up. Actually, now up. It's gone green, 1.1. Hex got hurt quite a bit after the little mini rally to 2300. We're now below 0.2 of a penny, up at 7.9%. So we're getting a little bit of rebound there. Looking at the hourly charts there, we're getting a rebound on the old Peacock. Got rotated a little bit there. Top Hat, which is tied in the Peacock, rotated as well a little bit. Hex, of course, got rotated a little bit, and now they're all bouncing back a bit. And of course, these are all the more quality projects on the projects right now. So kind of cool. So that's kind of where we are on the old charts. And we've got 20 minutes left in the live show. And this is truly a mega live show today. So pretty crazy with the launch of ProveX, seeming pretty exciting and pretty crazy there. So let's quickly look at the value there. I think we said we had about 2.3 million in liquidity. Let's quickly do an update of what PulseX is. So PulseX liquidity right now is, Hex liquidity right now. Let's have a look at that. So Hex liquidity is sitting around about 1.1,570,000. there was still about $700,000 more liquidity in ProveX than there is in PulseX, and so that's putting that pretty strong. The market cap, of course, is less than half of PHEX, so liquidity is bigger than Hex, but the market cap less than half of Hex at the moment. PulseX at the moment is liquidity is 4.7 million. So we're talking about 2.3 against 4.7. So that's about half of the PulseX of liquidity, but half, but is actually about 2/3, just under 2/3 of the market cap of PulseX. So it gives you interesting numbers there. Ink token, we've got 2.8 million liquidity, but we've almost got about maybe 3.5 times of the market cap. So liquidity though is still 2.8 million on Ink versus that. But of course, Ink has lots of third-party protocols as well supporting it. Pulse, of course, is at $4 million, funnily enough, and so we're selling at 2.3 million on the old ProveX. ProveX, of course, had its own sacrifice, and a lot of that money was raised on the Ethereum side with stables and ETH and stuff. So, and that's what we're seeing with all these pools popped up at Pulse Chain, which is a kind of nice value transfer, let's say. So we're going to keep a lookout for all that value getting pumped onto the old Pulse Chain. That's what it's sort of indicating at the moment. So will we actually see anything happen on ETH? We might see one pair, maybe a pulse pair possibly gets beefed up. I don't know. We'll see on that. And we're getting a bit of a recovery in the price right now on the old charts. So we'll keep a look out for that. I'm going to move back to price. As we've got price USDC now on the minute chart, getting a little bit of a bounce here. So let's see where this goes. And on a longer time, so we're just looking in within the first 2.5 hours, but over a period of 12 to 24 hours, what will the chart look like? Will it get recovery? Will people that are reading Rich Art's posts, people that are finding out about the launch, will they start bringing in fresh capital and push the price up? Even though I would think it's a market cap that's too high, the market will decide what the market cap should be. So, and there's a lot of excitement around that, right? That is a Richard Hart launch after all. We're going to give it a little rocket on the old X. Don't be do that if you're on Dick Screener. Give it a little rocket. Why not? Why not? They say. We've got a lot of pairs there, so you have to give a lot of rockets. So we've got to give a rocket there. Let's see here. We're going to go rockets, everything. We're going to rocket it all. Should give some love there. And we'll do the last one as well. Why not? It's sharing is caring. So we rocketed it all. We got JMO in the house. Is 90 million or 70 USDC the price at SAC rate about? Apparently, it's someone was saying that they're still slightly out of the money. So about 25%. So they're probably slightly even more out of the money now with the price back. Hertz said almost at my SAC rate, but I can't remember where that was. So Hertz might need to respond to you as you've tagged them in. All right, we've got a huge crowd watching at the moment, so a big shout out on that. Probably the number one stream right now, as far as I can tell, on the ProveX launch. We have covered it from the beginning, and we're up to about 2 hours and 45 minutes. We're going to go for another 17 minutes on the live. That'll be a full 3-hour show, and this will become an archive show of the launch of ProveX. So if you do want people to find out what happened, they say, what happened? Well, you can go watch the Kryptonite show. We've covered it from the launch all the way through, and it's been a lot of fun. And we've been giving a lot of commentating about it, rollovers and everything else. It's been pretty hilarious, right? You got to have fun with these launches. I know that sometimes when you have financial involvement in it, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's just the beginning, isn't it? This technology, assuming it gets mass adoption. And now the one thing that I'm going to talk about this is that I think Richard Hart's going to do some. I think he's going to eventually do some online marketing. It's completely speculative, but I just think that makes sense. He's done the iPads and things, but I think that he might end up turning himself to doing some, possibly some Pulse Chain ProveX promotion there. My guess, if you really want to get it, you got to get it out, right? He's always talking about marketing promotion, so keep a lookout for that. And of course, we'll get some early big adopters of the technology, and then it's going to be widespread. Hopefully, we'll see how it all goes. That's something for the future. And of course, that will, if it goes exponential and really flies, then ProveX will become very valuable very quickly, and the market will reprice the future expectations. Right, that's kind of the play. and that should lift all the pulse chain, right? All the pulse chain should get lifted as well. So that's the whole idea there. So we got the three stable coins: USDC, USD Tether, and DAI. We got wrapped ETH. Most of the money was raised on Ethereum. Now we've got the LP pool sitting on Pulse Chain. So win-win. Pretty successful launch. I mean, the little pool that we had, the drama around the 12, 13K and the free tokens that somebody got, that's all going to be forgotten ultimately. But the chart might reflect it in the future, but it's all forgotten from now. So that's kind of where we are on the old ProveX. We got a little pump, 74. We actually got ProveX USDT that's slightly higher in price, 74. There we go, 74 now on here. So getting a little bit of a fight back. We'll see how it goes. We're going to need a bit of capital to come in to refill that 150K or whatever it was that was taken out back here. And so we'll have a look, see how that fights back at the moment. We've still got the RHX post effect playing out, and people still hearing about the launch. But then again, we've got a lot of people that are finding out they got their tokens and it has a value now. So are they going to dump it too? You got the supply and demand. So that's what we're going to watch over the next sort of 24 hours. In the short time frame, though, we did have a rollover. We did project that to happen, and that we moved away from the chart and came back, and this is exactly what happened there. So, but we're getting a little fight back. Let's see what happens, and so on. So yeah, we are seeing some rotation back into some of the tokens that got rotated out. Top Hat was one of them. X was one of them. Peacock was one of them. So we're getting those values lifted back up. Was it PGC? We got PGC there. Where's PGC? PGC actually lagging, but then it's got a 5% tax, right? So PGC, it's a good thing and a not so good thing sometimes. Let's have a look at the PGC pulse pair. Now, I just want to give a shout out to the PGC team community, because they have really been doing some really good stuff around promotion and around the referral and incentive program, and I think that's really played there. Also, a pretty quick group in terms of got their ProveX pool up, right? So the ProveX pool's up already, and we've got PDC, so they're really quick on that. And if you add up all the LP pools, it is like a little bit of an index as well. If you got different tokens, you're going to move up with all these tokens. We see that with people trying to tie their liquidity to Peacock, for example. So we do have a few things there. Anyway, we've got a big super sticker in the house. Big shout out for that. Thanks, Jesse James. $50. I really appreciate it. It's a long time since I had a super sticker, so nice one there. Appreciate that. Just wanted to say thanks for your hard work and loyalty to streaming. I appreciate that, Jesse. Thank you very much, and that's well worthy of a horn. And a clap there. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Yep, we're not staying away. We will be streaming for some time in the future. So very, very, very cool for that. All right, so here we are, looking pretty good on the old PDC. We got the LP pool. So let's actually explore this idea of top tier projects like PDC already straight out of the gate. Adding to the ProveX pools in terms of LP. Very smart move straight out of the gate. Let's have a look at this, and let's see what else. Some teams may wait for a few days to see where ProveX goes to, and so that's also something that will probably happen too. Let's see. This doesn't necessarily already bring up the pools all the time very effectively. Sometimes it takes a little while for it to show up. So we look through down here. Doubt token and ProveX have got a pool. So they've got a 46K pool. So Doubt's been very quickly and moving that. Now, they may have done quite a decent little ProveX sacrifice there, but they're already kicked into gear there. Look at that. So Doubt, one of the top meme coins on Pulse Chain, and PDC, one of the number one DAO, the top DAO token, already kicked into gear there. 14K, 46K liquidity. In fact, Doubt's quite a bit bigger there. Keep a look out though. We may see a flippening there. We're going to see that. We'll probably see some of the other top teams also put in pools there as well. We do have a small Pulse pool at the moment. It's got $7,800 in it that I can see. This is going to probably be an expanding thing too. We'll see more pools pop up, and that will fatten up the liquidity and make the DEX aggregators more useful too as we move forward, as more pools pop up. So keep a look out. That's another thing we will watch over the next week. That should all happen. We'll see lots of fattening of the pools and top tier pools being made with top other protocols, and that all strengthens the general ecosystem around the moment. We do have a ProveX Peacock pool apparently, but there's no liquidity showing in it, so we'll keep a lookout for that. Not sure what's happening in there. That's 52 minutes ago. So Peacock there, that's kind of makes sense. So yeah, that's some of the stuff there. So that's kind of cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that coverage. There's some more insightful things happening on the old chain. Now we're going to quickly check Richard Hart again, and we're going to keep streaming for another 10 minutes. So that's a 3-hour stream for me. Normally I do 1 hour. So there we go. But it's a special day. Special day. We've got to cover special days, right? Special days there. We'll probably get some more posts from Richard over the next 24 hours. So expect that. So keep a lookout for Richard. He's been posting quite a lot around, lots of these small things. So we'll probably get a few more posts from him, no doubt. And maybe talking about the liquidity and the market cap and lots of stuff. And we'll see whether we get a reverse happening on the Pulse chain. Now, Pulse chain then, okay, everyone's like, okay, ProveX has launched, it's done its thing. It's kind of a positive thing. I think it was a pretty good launch. I think it's been a pretty good launch. Obviously, we had that small pool issue, but the real launch with Rich Art's been pretty good. The price is holding up. We'll keep a lookout on that. Still can impact if we go down, market cap. But actually, will we get a reversal on Pulse chain and people say, hey, things pretty good? And I think that's probably more probable than not. So we'll keep a lookout on the Pulse chain chart here, and we'll get a capital flowing into the cause as well, saying, hey, that was pretty good. We're pretty happy, and the Pulse chain's looking a bit better. And so we've got 5 coins plus the EHEX. That's 6 coins, right? 6 coins are there, part of the Richard cause there. And then getting support from some of the top premium coins on Pulse chain, PDC, DAO token, Peacock, etc. And it all looks pretty good. And I don't know, is it going to give us some clues about the technology? We'll keep a lookout for that too, right? So it's kind of the play. All right, so that's some stuff happening right now. What else can we say? And let's see here. We got any more stuff happening there? We're going to quickly check Somi. Somi has been pretty quiet on this. Kind of surprising. He's normally very good with that. Yeah, nothing from him. Crypto Coffee. These are the top, Pulse chain influencers on the Pulse chain. He hasn't posted anything either. So it's a weekend, right? So people are busy. Maddie Allen is in with this X space on at the moment. So they're chilling away with all the traders. So they'll be talking about the chart and all that. Crypto Soul has been very good. So big shout out to him on the coverage of the the spam pool, as it were, the honeypot pool that up over the last 24 hours. And ProveX there trending. Look at that, trending, at least trending where I am. Let me know if it's trending where you are, but it is trending on X. So look at that, that's pretty cool. So it is making some moves there. Someone said it was also trending on Polygon as well. So it's kind of cool. Number 1, so this is one of the sacrifice pools, one of the smaller ones from B-Roots. Top 80 wallets, check your wallets, taking care of the rest one. That was 2 hours ago. So we've got these sacrifice pools. So let's have a quick look at that. We're really getting a little bit of extra stuff in the last 10 minutes. 250 wallets done. There we go. So they've distributed their wallets. So kind of cool. I guess people are pretty happy there. Yeah, so Explorer lags. The token, Explorer always lags like 30 minutes or something. It takes its time. Snapshot says they said we're preparing for distribution of 1,563,000,000 tokens. So that was the one token. We saw that got sold down. Remember that? We saw that got sold down on the deck screener. But looks like they've allocated stuff to keep things fair and simple. LB pools and burn wallets will be excluded. Wallet balances are rounded down. Distribution is calculated. Final calculations are being prepared. Be patient. We'll distribute ProveX there. So there we go. Another one of the public retail sacrifice pools. So kind of cool. Runify like that. One of the big teams. So that's kind of cool. What else have we got on here that's sort of popping up on the trending? Moon King says if you want to buy ProveX, buy one. So he's obviously the behind that. They made a bit of money out of that one too, didn't they? Pump my bags, Daddy says number 1. There we go. So they've been talking about that as well. So let's jump over. What else do we have? LibertyX here posting out. So LibertyX, what do they have to say about this? 2 hours ago, they reposted the token launch, but they've also said the main PRVX trading pairs are basically EHEX, EUSDT, EDAI, and Wrapped ETH, and some other non-core tokens on Pulse chain, which we just covered. The wildcard should be another decentralized stablecoin. That is a wildcard, right? So think about that. That'd be interesting. But it will be interesting to see how this plays out. Indeed. And of course, we've been covering that for the last 2.5 hours or so, almost 3 hours. Interesting. When could be any time now. So that's interesting. Interesting. When could be any time now. Now, this stuff this stuff here that they're saying the wildcard should be another decentralized stablecoin. Yeah, what are they teasing here? What are they teasing there? Could be any time now. UFO, surprised to see it on there. Yeah, some holders of the coin, also SAC participants, so expected. They create liquidity for sellers. What else there? Interested peers, but none of them give you actual privacy yet. I hope they're not referring to PDI and not repeated PDI there. So that is from Liberty Swap there. So we've got a little bit of posted out there from them. Kind of cool. We're looking forward to that LP pool, right? Get built out. Yeah, so that's kind of it. Access Alive posting out there. We did read his post earlier. ProveX there live, so that's all ready. So that is some of the latest stuff there going on. Let's jump over to the ProveX pool. So we're sitting at 4074.50 on the old main peel. It's almost back at $1 million, guys. We're at 998K, so not much higher to get back to that. 94, almost 95 million market cap. We were pretty elevated before at 83. So at the moment, let's see what $1,000 will buy you. $1,000 will buy you 13.9 million ProveX tokens right now. Gives you an idea. So $1,000 will buy you 13.9 million. Market cap, like I say, let's jump away from that. There has been about 2,000 increase in the wallet numbers by my count, from about 7,500 to 9,500. Give that a little refresh and see what's going on there. That's the other thing, is we may get a lot of new holders, right? So 2,000 new wallets. So that's the other thing, with the Richard Hart effect over the next 24 hours, over the next few days. Could we have 30,000 wallet holders inside a week or two? That would keep prices elevated, right? So a distribution to more holders, that is a fundamental. It's something that we didn't talk about much before, but that's a big deal, right? So the more holders, we go up from 7.5, we get 30,000 within, say, 2-3 weeks. That would give an elevated price, all things equal, right? Because that's a big demand that's come in over a period of time. So that's the other big pump mental to the upside. So, big players, big market makers, a lot of players, those wallets going up, and up away we go, right? And then, of course, arbitrage and bots and all sorts of things like that could potentially come into play as well. So keep a lookout for that. So, maybe the market cap is kept elevated, over 100 million. So we'll see. At the very least, I think 60 to 75 seems like a fair play at the moment with the technology. But once again, that could be wiped out by a huge number of wallet holders increases. And Richard Hart has the power to do that, right? He has the power, along with the rest of the community, to lift the wallet holders. And if it gets up to 20, 30,000 in the first week, we're already up 2,000 from the looks of it. Then it could be hold up elevated. So we're going to watch this play out, guys. Pretty crazy. We're still in the first 3 hours. In fact, the main peer has been around for 2 hours and 45 minutes. And so what will the first day hold? What will the first day lock in as the price? So that's going to be pretty interesting. At the moment, we're definitely kind of on the lower side here, but ticking away. Fun times. And will we see Pulse start to get pushed up higher? We're certainly back over 4 zeros, 1. So keep a lookout for the Pulse price there, and that's pretty positive. And of course, will Hex get back over 0.2 of a penny? Some bullish signs there, and the market basically says, "Hey, look, well, good job, Richard." And lots of players pick up the token, help support the price to the upside, and then Pulse Chain also gets the people say, "Hey, look, it's pretty good." Pulse Chain gets up, and we got a lot more pools added to it. So looking pretty positive so far, I think. On that, and I would say if we do go down, in the short term, with any sellers aren't really coming in at the moment, but if they do come in, like we saw when it rolled over a little bit there, then maybe 60.75 is a good floor for the price market cap, and that relative to PulseX and Hex and everything. But liquidity suggests that it's actually pretty strong at the moment. So as long as that holds up and all the wallets come in, excluding anything Richard does, then we're actually looking to the upside, because more pools will be set up, more activity. It's all pretty bullish, all these sort of demand side things. And if the market's saying, I don't want to sell for this, or I'm out of the money slightly, then I'm waiting for my 5X, then it could allow the price to go up to a point certainly over 100 million. So we'll keep watch out for that. All right, so we're up to 3 hours, guys. I think I'm going to finish it there. We're going to do one more check of Richard Hart. 3-hour live stream. We've covered it all. We've pretty much become the archive show covering the launch. I think we've done a pretty solid job. And a big thanks to Jesse James for the super sticker. Appreciate that and the nice, kind words. It was really cool. And nothing up from Richard, but we'll probably get another update. Hey, look, I may stream later on today. We'll see how we get on. I do have a few other things, but we'll probably stream again. You guys know me. So we'll do another live stream later in the day. Hope you guys have enjoyed this show. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really is a really good support. We are the largest channel, Pulse Chain Influencer, doing daily shows, and we're back to regular broadcasting after taking a little bit of time off. Definitely subscribe. We're streaming on Kryptonite Show, Superman Crypto, Pulse Chain X, 3 YouTube channels, and also we're streaming on X as well. Don't forget to follow on all channels. They're really helpful. If you do want to join up the strategy club and get all the alpha on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, X1, Pulse Chain, of course, then definitely join up. You can hit the QR code there and you'll join up to Discord straight away in the strategy club. It is a private club. I pass all the intel research I see in there, and it is dropping some alpha bombs lately, so definitely join up to that. We are at the beginning of a truly huge value creation for those in crypto, and it could be a better time than ever, given that AI is taking away a lot of jobs. So you got to make your money somehow, and you're at the beginning of the biggest value wave probably for the next 10 years, at least under a Republican leadership, under Trump and similar people. So it's going to be pretty exciting to see that play out. Wookie says, thanks, Ube. You're most welcome. So there it is, guys. Richard Hart, that's his post. Look forward to more from him probably today. There's the ProveX there at the moment, holding up at 7,300. We had a market cap of 92.4 million. We've got about 2.3 million liquidity right now. We've got a couple of teams already supporting LP peers, Doubt Token, PTC. Looks like Peacock may be setting one up at the moment. So it's all getting up there. The wallets look like they've gone up about 2,000 by my count. And because I'm pretty sure there was 7,500 on the initial. So we'll keep a lookout for those wallet counts as well. And ultimately, more buying than selling pushes the price up, right? So there we go. Pretty friendly market cap at the moment. So we'll keep watching that too. And look, I may stream later today or it will be tomorrow. And tomorrow I will have Pulse of the Fallen on with the anime series. So that's going to be pretty spectacular. I think that'll be pretty special going through all the anime stories and characters there, as well as covering ProveX update after 1 day of launch, which will be great. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Wookie says, and up the wires, the Warriors there. Yeah, all the best for your rugby league. Yeah, all the best for that. All right, take care, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. It's been great being able to coverage that. And let's look forward to a move higher for Pulse Chain overall. A pretty good launch. I'll give it a pretty good mark there. Congratulations to Richard Hart and all the people that participated in ProveX. And, of course, Pulse Chain members will be loving it as well. All right, so take care. Catch you on the next one. Bye for now.